Anyway, start your Dear Diary. Come on, D-Rab.
Dear diary, we saved Yevin's people, family. Why did I say it like that? I'll scratch it out. We saved Yevin's family. It was so wholesome, and the, we spent the day after, you know, shopping because the town was like, here's all our spare months. Because he helped save not just Yevin's family, but a lot of other people. And we were like, oh, shucks, thanks. And then we went shopping. I don't know. A lot of people went other ways for their wares. I went to go shop at this mysterious place that sells herbs. And then I summoned my owl. Oh, a Kiori left somewhere. And then there was this little dragon thing came. A kobold? I think blue? I didn't even know they come in that many shades. That was like a private eye detective person. And Archon was like, you totally murdered her. And she was like, no, I didn't. Or they, it, he, I don't. The kobold was like, I totally didn't. So Archon like stormed off because he totally loves her. And they, I don't know what happened. And he came back and he was like, no, this person's legit. But I'm edgy anyway, so I have this permanent scowl on my face. And then I was like, okay, Archon, maybe like they did like a final goodbye kiss or something. So he's now like, I'm fine now. And then I started my owl with sketchy herbs, and it was terrible. I think it felt nice, but then I saw things that I thought weren't real, but were like welcome. He's here now. He found me. Well, high on that herb, and he kind of snapped me out of it, and it was honestly quite embarrassing, and we had to like to take a bath later in the day for that. Oh, Alvor was only briefly asleep playing with his sword this time. I don't know why it fluctuates, but I guess it does. And then we rode the caravan away from Yabin's home with Yabin's family in tow because they have to move in case, Yabin gets caught again or something, or people find out that's where he is. So we're taking it to Snow Point? Snow something. And along the way, we got attacked by more ambush monsters, ice spiders. That we were like, haha! And Welcome and Archon were like mauling people's face in, or not people, the spiders. Mauling the spiders' face in. And also our kobold friend was like, also shanking them with a rapier. If one can shank with a rapier. And there was a bunch of other people talking and tension rising in the caravan because of Alvor's little sword problem, but I'm not gonna write that down, that seems silly. And that's where we left off.
So, anyways, as you guys spent the night in Snowstop, the small town on the way towards your final destination. Also, you guys waking up as you guys are getting yourselves together, ready as you once again waking up the next morning in the inn, ready to make forward and move up. If there's anything you guys would like to do in the town.
Yeah. Welcome and Telethor are gonna try and find like a forge of some kind.
New ship.
Oh, a smith.
I write it down.
Okay. Just roll me an investigation just to see how long it takes you to find a local smith.
Oh god, I'm so good at these.
Bring Otley's with you just because he's a GPS.
Me too, or just...
Yeah, you can
Just
roll
you.
yours as well since you're
Okay.
assisting.
Nah. We're both good at this. It's okay.
So it takes you a few hours of you guys,
Oh,
the two of you
God.
walking around and talking to everybody and getting yourself. Eventually, you do find a local blacksmith in the area. You find this kind of large, meaty woman wearing a apron and banging out like red hair starting to gray a little. As she kind of looks over and goes, "Oh, what do all you want then?"
How much gold would you take for a bit of scrap iron and a little bit of time you borrowing your forge?
You want to borrow my forge?
Just for a short amount of time, if you don't mind.
Well, what is this scrap iron you said you have?
I mean, I'm looking to buy a bit of scrap iron if you have some
Oh.
spare.
My mistake. Well, depending how much scrap iron you want and how long you want to use the forge, we'll call it 2 gold.
Sounds fair to me. Won't need a lot. Just trying to think. I don't know. However much it would take to reinforce the bow. So just like the
You
front
just
of
want
the limbs.
bands.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. Just some scrap iron that I can form into bands.
I mean, that's basically next to nothing for scrap iron purposes. But using the forge, I guess she'll say it costs about a gold then, just for the time of year.
a gold
Still take just a gold.
Yeah, I'll hand over the gold.
Okay, so you hand her a gold, and she lets you work out the iron. So I'll need you to make me a smithing check.
Yeah, and what skill am I using for that?
It's going to
I'm
take 2
only
checks.
good at strength.
It's going to take 2 checks. The first one would be strength to pound out the right shape, but the second one will be dex because you have to add it to a wooden bow.
God, I'm so fucking good at dex as well.
So the first one's strength.
What? 4 plus 0 plus 2?
5 plus 4 plus 2. I don't know what the zero's about, but it's 5 plus 4.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yep.
Did awful
In any case,
that
you rolled
one.
an 11, so I'll say the band doesn't look very good. You think with a delicate hand, though, you should be able to get it on the bow?
Wow.
And you crack the bow as you start pulling in the
cracked,
thing, and
not
as
broke.
and the bow starts cracking, and the wood starts cracking along the edges as you try to drill these bands inside.
Great. That's fucking typical of how my luck's gonna go, isn't it?
Zelda just kind of winces when that happens.
Oh yeah, cool. Look at my rolls.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, my entire oh, what the fuck's going on? Give me a
Did you
sec.
need the person that can predict the future there?
Not only did that happen, but then like my roll 20 broke immediately afterwards.
Wow.
Oh, rip.
Rest in
It was
peace.
like-
These rolls,
No.
these
this
rolls,
is
too bad. You're not allowed to play
too bad.
anymore.
Does not compute.
You have rolled so bad. You have officially lost D&D.
Oh no.
Okay, let's not grind it in now.
Maybe my portents would be equally shit. Maybe it's just the day. No, now that I say that's gonna be godlike.
Just rolls all 20s.
Hmm.
I can't say what they are, but let's just say that
I-
it's not godlike.
Also wince when it happens. Okay, can I, upon seeing the cracks, can I melt down? So you know, like that Japanese thing where I can't remember what it's called, but when like
Oh, where you like fix things
ceramics, yeah, when ceramics break, they like fix it
Seal
by
it.
mixing gold.
Ah.
Yeah, they mix gold with glue and use
Kintsugi.
that to seal the cracks.
Yeah.
I need.
I want to melt down a gold piece and use that on the crack.
I'll allow it. That's gonna be a intelligence check
Kintsugi.
to make sure with smithing to see if you can do the right sort of. Because it's a little more complicated than just melting it down and
Yeah.
slathering it on. So let's make an intelligence
Yeah.
check to see if you can figure out how to do this properly.
Let's do it. Cool. What the fuck? What the actual fuck?
That was a 4.
Aren't you
Roll 20 can go
proficient-
fuck
aren't you
itself. I'm not rolling
proficient-
anything else today. Fuck this.
Aren't you proficient in smithing tools?
Yes?
So
That's
how-
that's why I got a fucking 2.
But
I
should
rolled
you-
a 2.
But you should have a
Add
plus 3
nothing,
modifier.
add nothing.
Oh, with your int though, because he doesn't.
Wait, yeah,
don't
my
have
proficiency
int.
didn't go up when I leveled up. What the fuck?
Oh
So I
no,
would-
wait, you guys are level 4, not 5. 5 is when your proficiency
Yeah.
goes up. I'm mixing myself up here.
Okay.
I thought it was 4, but it's 5 your proficiency goes up. So yeah.
Unfucking believable.
So, yeah, this time you melt down the gold coin and you try slathering it onto the bow. Unfortunately, it just kind of like goes on top of the bow, so it doesn't quite cool and go into the streaks as the bow now just has like this moldy gunk of gold on top of it.
I don't even know what the fuck to say.
So Tabitha, you look over, you see these half-formed iron
Hell,
bands
what the-
drilled into your cracked bow with this massive gold glob of like, just like a gunk gold on top of your bow.
She tilts her head a little, but she doesn't seem angry about it. She's more a little
Fucking
disappointed.
Welcrome's angry. Welcome's on the
So
verge
mad.
of fucking
She
breaking
just looks
it.
like she just looks a little sad.
I'm gonna say that bow right now, all attacks with it will be a disadvantage, because it's pretty
God.
fucked up.
I mean, like it's not even strung, so
Yeah, but you've officially cracked the hue, right? So if you pull back too far, it might snap in half.
oh yeah, no, she's not going to. That's basically gonna be like discarded. She's gonna start over.
Alright, so let's quit grinding it in for Cam.
Okay, so as you guys finish up with the smith, it took you a couple hours. What does the rest of the party do while this is happening?
So it's pretty chilly here, isn't it?
No, you guys are still very much in the north. It is still a snow city.
Yes, I'm going for a walk. That's it. I'm literally just going for a walk.
Where are you going?
Gonna take a walk.
Can I come with?
Do you want to become a fucking icicle?
Are you gonna breathe with me, or are you talking about the climate?
I'm talking about the ice.
I'm sure this is fine. And I gesture to my stack of clothes that makes me look like a blobby snowman.
Yeah, sure. Why the hell not?
Cool.
Anyone else want to come with while I'm making this shit a party?
Yay!
Gathered by the silence of everybody looking at you, nobody else is joining as you two go on your walk.
I was
tumble
being
snow.
sarcastic anyway.
Lone
Walk out.
winter cricket.
Yeah. Yeah. I cast the gust cantrip to make this situation more awkward.
Locke
Okay,
would come
I just-
back probably from just somewhere out of the abyss. What's going on?
Bye.
Oh, why is he leaving?
I'm going on a walk. A kid wants to, I don't know, chew on my ankle or something. I don't know.
All right.
Don't spoil it.
I have a set of manacles if you need it.
He pauses. Not a bad idea.
I scowl.
You know what? Yeah, hand him over. I'll turn him.
What?
Okay, just at least as long as you return by the end of the day, and like they hand on the manacles and a lock.
That I can do. I'll just I'll take the manacles and yeah, as I walk out, I just kind of hold them in my claw in case he tries something.
I just want. Okay.
So you're coming or not, kid?
I'm
I just
coming.
gotta
I'm
say-
walking. I'm walking. I'm walking.
Alright.
Jeez. You have a big stride.
Okay, so you guys go out on your walk. If you're walking around the town, or are you going out into like the woodish area outside of town?
Let's walk around the town for now.
Okay, so as
I
you
don't
guys
know,
walk
it's
around the
weird.
town, obviously, as you're walking around this mostly human, somewhat halfling town, your visage gains some stares and looks as a giant white dragonborn is not a common sight in this place.
Yep, I'm used to it.
Yeah. On the other hand, oddly, as people just kind of ignore you and don't even notice you're there.
Awesome. I love being invisible.
So how big is this town anyway?
You're probably looking at a few hundred people.
Alright.
As we're walking, I keep an eye out for Welcome and Teleza. Because I don't know where they went.
Sure, roll me a perception check.
I'm just generally
Hell
keeping
yeah,
my eyes
okay.
about me. It's not like I'm just purely enjoying the
Oh
walk.
shit.
Of course, he gets an at 20. So, as you guys go out on your walk, you do notice one odd thing as you wander by. You hear swearing and screaming and hammering and just like, fuck the world! As you look over to see a dwarf, like, working on his wooden bow.
I just stop in the middle of the road. And then I look over, and then I just look up at Archon to see if he noticed.
I mean, if they're shouting right next to us, yeah, he's noticed. My passive. Yeah, he's kind of looked over. So that's what they're doing.
I don't think it's going well.
No.
Hmm.
Alright, it's Smith, dude, I can tell that.
Just cast detect thoughts, and it's just going. I don't need to cast it to know. I can go. I think we should keep going. I'll ask him later.
Alright. He just keeps walking.
I'm glad to see that they're alright, I suppose, and not like missing.
So you guys do keep walking past the place as you realize what was happening. As I say, the town's pretty quiet. Nothing particularly good or bad, but you have to find a few things here and there. Just for fun's sake, Aval, why don't you roll me a perception check as well?
Will do.
Argon.
Negative.
Okay. So as you walk by, you don't really notice much of anything as you guys keep moving around. Town seems quiet.
Alright. Little rustic, whatever. Cool. Doesn't really seem too interested. He's just enjoying the cold.
I'm just walking, more like seeing the lay of the land rather than make conversation. Besides, with the manacles, I feel deterred from making conversation.
Success.
So you guys walk off and be around town. You spend your time having like a nice walk. Alvor, are you doing anything particular? Or are you just staying at the inn the entire time?
What kind of people are in the inn?
Mostly just a couple villagers in there for like a breakfast or for eating their breakfast. Nothing particularly special. Apart from your traveling companions of the your elderly gatekeeper with Seamus and obviously Eleanor.
And this is the morning?
Yeah, you guys are in the morning right now. You just finished your long rest.
And we're leaving again today? Soon? Or are we here for a day?
You'll be here for a day because they got to collect the mail and get it going because this is actually a worthwhile town, not just one of the village stops.
Okay. I'll look around, see if anybody has like an odd job that needs to be done or something. Just go be a handyman.
Okay, go roll me an investigation check as you go out in town to see if you can find a place for just an odd job to get hired up.
You mean I can't sit in front of the Home Depot? Sorry, that's the wrong skill.
That's a 16.
My modifier's a 1.
So 17.
Give me your jobs!
I want a fucking job now! Okay, I'll say you looking around town, you do find there's one person who's looking for some help. You find this guy who needs someone to help him chop wood.
Chopping wood, huh?
Spend the day
You got
doing
an axe?
Oh, of course. And, if you're willing to help, I have a few silver to spare.
All I got's this stone axe.
Oh,
I assume you have a metal one?
no, of course. And this kind of elderly old kind of guy. Here you are.
Wonderful. I guess I'll play the old wood chopping mini game here.
Yeah, just roll me an athletics check to see how well you do a job for the wood job.
Mash the X button!
Oh, damn, there you go. So you just tear through this wood, and this elderly old guy looks very impressed as you go through log after log like it's nothing. And after a few, good like 4 hours of chopping wood and just getting old, that was very impressive, young man. I mean, incredible. Of course, bonuses are here as he wanders in and gives you 7 silver coins for chopping the wood.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. It was very impressive. Oh, quick. I have enough wood easily now to last me the rest of the winter.
Good to hear. Hopefully you keep warm.
At my age, it's always a good thing to do. He kind of gets ready to move and gets himself together.
I'll just like chop his axe into like the little stump that I used to chop the wood.
Okay.
Leave it there.
Put the wood axe back away and head back to the inn. And what does our kobold friend got anything planned, Ares?
I don't know. Is there anything interesting, I suppose? Anything that my private eye detective mind can see?
Roll me an investigation check.
Okay.
Okay, I will say with your private eye mind looking around and visualize looking, I mean, it's a small town. It's not like you know massive things going on. But you did notice, though, that there has been, as you're kind of looking around and watching everything going on there, I say you notice someone just kind of slowly bumping into people in the distance. About a kid, probably around 10, 12 years old. Seems to be
Is he-
suspicious.
Pickpocketing?
You gather that's probably what the kid is doing.
It's obvious.
What to do? What race is this kid?
This would be a human kid.
What to do? What to do? Does he look like an urchin? Like what would we look? What were we looking at?
I'm saying you're looking at like a. I mean, most people, even the poor in this place, are still kind of wrapped up in the leather, or, furs and warm clothing. Otherwise, they'd be dead. But he's a little shaggy, ratty looking. He does not look well off by any means. You gather with with that investigation, I'll say he does look like he's probably poor.
Would I interfere with this at all? Is he doing it well? Like, is he like blatantly doing a very bad job, or is it like I'm just so used to this that I can see it pretty easily?
I'd say he's adequate. I mean, you've seen better, but you've seen worse. He hasn't gotten caught with the couple people you've seen him bump into.
I'm gonna like go like along his path, and I'm just gonna like lean against like I'm gonna be like in an alleyway, so they like just direct view so he can see, and I'm just gonna like just hold like my just hold some just gold coins, just look like I'm like counting them, you know, look very defenseless almost.
Okay, roll me either deception or performance, your pick. Okay, so the kid kind of looks around you, seeing that, kind of eyes up at the gold coins, and he kind of makes a move in towards you to kind of, looking at you. I'm just gonna do a roll here. He kind of bumps into you and tries to, looks like they're going to go for the coin, but as they bump into you, you instantly are able to look at them and see what they're about to do.
Kid,
Huh?
I know what you're doing. It's
What
fine.
do you mean?
I'm not gonna do anything. I want to help.
He's kind of looking around really weird, confused. I'm sorry, I mean, doing stuff, I mean, I don't know what you mean. I'm not doing anything particular.
I'm gonna like just put my coin back, and I'm just gonna show my arms, look like I don't have anything on me. Let me teach you how to actually steal.
Whoa.
The kid kind of looks very hesitant and confused and looks you up like, wait, what?
I want to help you.
Okay. He kind of gives you this very hesitant, like, I'm not sure where this is going. Is this a trick? Kind of,
Here. I'll take out a gold coin and just like do some like hand movements and make it just disappear almost.
That's impressive. You want to help me be better at this?
I know the kind of life that you probably have. I experienced the same thing, honestly. I don't think there's any way to stop you from doing it, of course. So why not make you so that you don't get caught and you only steal from the right people? All right, kid.
Okay, thanks.
All right, I want to give the basic lesson on how to steal from like pompous people, like people who kind of almost deserve it, and in their opinion, like people who are more well off, like don't steal from other poor people, don't steal from other thieves because they will get you back, and just be like, take people well off, don't take too much so they will notice, but just take enough so you can survive, and pretty much just the very basics of how to be a good thief and to not be that bad of a person, I suppose.
Okay, as you teach this child to be better at his chosen trade, he seems very grateful for you. Confused, a little weirded out, but grateful. As I get this very similar image to the scene in Avatar where the uncle teaches the guy who is trying to rob him at knife point how to do it better.
Yeah, basically that's what's going on. And it's just like this weird moment of just like immediately is like just not really concerned about what's going on, but it's like I need to make sure that this kid lives. I see myself in them, and I don't want them to get themselves killed because of this.
Well, you teach the kid to be a much better pickpocket by the end of the day, and teach him
Mhm.
how to pick his marks better.
Yeah, I would instill like if anything matters, it's that you pick the right people, and don't mess with people that know stuff like me. Just how to identify like really good thieves and stuff like that. Just I want to make sure he's gonna be okay.
Okay. So you teach
Sorry.
this kid the one of robbing. Very well done. You guys, I'd say at this point, you guys all meet back up the inn as late evening starts kicking in, as you all had your daily stuff as you get back together.
Actually, I did have one more thing though.
Oh, of course.
I would ask him how much money he stole from the day.
He would have probably told you he's got about the equivalency of 42 copper.
I will. Well, how much is 42 copper and gold worth?
It's not even half a gold.
Once.
All right, I want to take out 3 pieces of gold and do a trade with him.
Okay. So you give him 3 gold for the 42 copper?
Yeah.
He looks amazed, and it's like, wait, are you sure about this?
Yes. Now, keep my lesson in mind. You'll need it.
Thanks, that's amazing. I mean, it's gonna help a lot.
Be safe out there.
Thanks. And you see him kind of run off. And you see him with the 3 gold you just gave him run up to like the nearest bakery and buy like a massive sack of bread.
I should have taught him how to use money better.
You have no idea what he's doing for that bread, but I guess you could find out if you want to.
I'm not gonna look into it.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with the rest of the party.
Okay, so you head back to the rest of the party, as you guys are now back at the inn together. As you guys sit around your tables, getting your stuff and foods together, you see there's Eleanor's kind of sitting there, just kind of tapping her finger impatiently. So, all of you had a good day then?
Not exactly.
Just
I
sit
made
next
some
to
coin.
Welcome.
Could have been
And
better,
I-
you know.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I had a pretty good day. Got a good workout in, made some coin. Ripped a
did you
log
do?
in half.
You what?
What?
Ripped a log in half.
What, an axe?
No, my hands.
Insight check.
I do have a question for y'all. Do you have any copper
That's
on you?
legit.
Or did you have any copper on you?
Nice.
No
Oh,
copper, why?
No,
I
I-
checked the copper that I had.
I was completely broke.
I want to see if any of the party got pickpocketed.
No copper here.
I think I was the only one with money,
Alright.
I
other
think
than Cam's character and other than the 2
hi.
new ones. I'm pretty sure.
Nope,
Oh,
I have some money.
Oh, okay. I stand corrected.
Did any of the party with copper get pickpocketed or nah?
I would say no for the most part, because 2 of them were, well, check something. There is one target that might have been pickpocketed.
It was Yevon. No.
Yeah, but I'd say no, nobody got pickpocketed.
Alright.
God, yeah, Falcon got pickpocketed and you found out. Oh boy.
He
If you
probably
I mean,
believed
about
in
welcome.
me.
The kid's a pickpocket. He's not insane. He's not gonna rob a 6
Yeah.
6'8"
7 foot.
or 7 foot frickin' dragonborn,
I would hope so.
right?
Who's twirling manacles, but inside
Yeah,
someone
just
who's walking.
twirling
Can I-
manacles.
Can I have my manacles back now?
Oh yeah, sure.
Thank
Kind of.
you.
hand him over to you.
But nothing
Yeah,
really
no,
happened though.
Fulcrum, are you okay?
Welcome doesn't even look at you.
I just frown, but I try and be quiet.
Did Yevon get any copper taken from him?
No, Yavin was staying at the inn the entire day
Oh,
with his
okay.
family.
I was concerned.
Aww.
On the one factor though, what did you do with the bow, Dev?
Oh, I scrapped it.
I don't know, did you just chuck it out, or did you still have it on? Did you just chuck it out, like you took it at the fort, just chucked out your back, or?
I mean, I don't know where I'd like put it, let's scrap it, but
Okay,
wouldn't
well,
have kept
you
it 'cause
scrapped it.
it would have broke. Yeah,
Okay, so you scrap. There would have been a place in the fort to scrap dead projects.
yeah.
Talitha, where's your bow at? You were working pretty hard.
No, I'm gonna fly to your house in real life.
Come on, I'll take you to a nice lunch.
We're gone.
Oh my god.
Serves up nothing but knuckle sandwiches.
I feel like Nano's doing the fucking like movie. Come on, come on. Oh, dick.
Why do I think like whenever Alvor talks, I always think of him doing like having like a New Jersey like New York accent. That's like my head canon for what he sounds like.
That's weird.
I don't know why.
Yeah, you're way off.
In my opinion, if I could choose any accent, it would be that accent for Alvor.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I don't know why I love it though. I don't know. It's mine. It's just my little thing.
People have their headcanons, I guess.
Mhm.
Anyway, back to my question.
It cracked while we were trying to reinforce it. So
Cracked.
Yeah,
Well,
and we tried to fix it, but that didn't go so well. So I'm just gonna have to start over.
Perhaps it was the cut of wood. Or perhaps too much pressure on the wood.
Maybe.
Who knows? I'm not a Fletcher, so I couldn't say.
I mean, it's alright.
Okay. So as you guys are continuing your little conversation of the bow, I'll say you guys get ready for your dinners. People, as the innkeeper grabs your food, brings it over to your brings you guys your meals and everything. It takes you. Let's see here. So you guys have your meals. As you look over to see. Once again, Yevon and his wife and kid eating as you watch his little son try to, be forced to eat his peas, and he's doesn't really want them. It's like, come on, you should really eat your peas. I mean, you want to be big and strong, right? Like Mr. Archon.
So,
Oh no.
What do you mean, Yevon? He's not the only strong one in this party.
yeah, but I'm the only one who looks it.
There's a snicker from Talitha.
I resent that statement.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Surrounded by strong people.
As you say that, Yepit just starts looking wild-eyed, freaked out as he's looking at these three giant, beefy people looking down at him. It's funny.
Nah.
I try and make him feel better
Not
by standing next to them, like, hello.
Now I can't just chilling. He's relaxed. As relaxed as
Welcom's
I
not
can.
even like looking towards Yevon. Welcom's just responding idly to Archon's comment.
Anyways, as you guys continue on with your meals and your food, you guys, it takes a while. Sorry, one sec. I'm kind of losing my mind here.
No problem. We all lose our minds sometimes.
Yeah, as you guys keep moving towards, I'd say for the most part, you guys have a pretty restful night again. You get your dinner, heads up back to your rooms. So things seem to be fairly well as you guys gather yourselves. Seamus wakes up the next morning and goes, "Okay, everybody, time to get back on the mosey on the trail."
I will say that night the dye gets reapplied.
The what?
The dye gets reapplied.
Oh, the die. Okay, yeah.
Also, can I borrow you in the secrets room for a second, Heath?
Of course. I will see you guys in a sec. I'm going to the secrets room.
Before we leave, I'm gonna get the arrows and the bow, right?
Yep. You just play the DMG guide price.
I can do that easily. And I am going to Teleth has her own room, or is she sharing with someone?
You guys probably, given the amount is, you guys would be probably girls with the girls, guys with the guys style thing.
So, she would be by herself, kind of?
She would be with Eleanor.
Alright, I'm going to,
Yeah, sorry, you're saying what?
Yeah. I'm going to, before the night ends, I would like to go back to the inn, or probably even in like the early morning. Like I want to sneak in, pick the lock. I'll pick the lock. Put the bow on her bed, or like on the table next to her bed with the arrow quiver thing, and then I want to sneak out, relock it.
Okay, roll me a thieves tool check for your for opening the door.
Dexterity.
Yeah, dexterity. Hey, click. Easy walk in. Teleth is asleep, so I say you won't have to worry about. Roll me an advantage stealth check since Teleth is napping. Hey, no worries there. As you place it down, you get up and you leave the room unnoticed.
And I relock it.
And relock the door. Yep.
And that's it. And
Okay.
I just wanted to give this present to her and see how she reacts to it.
Yep. No worries.
Yeah.
Okay, so as you guys get ready, get down to bed and wake in the next morning, each of you getting up, Teletha, as you wake up, you kind of stretch open and you kind of look over at your room and your eyes open up and you see something kind of odd in your room.
Yeah?
You see what looks to be a brand new longbow with a quiver and arrows just sitting there.
Fucking Santa
She's good.
Claus.
Kind of a little
No.
questionably. Huh. Is there like a note?
No, just longbow and quiver is sitting in your room. Wasn't there before.
Oh, she's gonna pick them up and inspect them a little.
It's a trap.
It's a type.
The longbow bites you.
God, it's a mimic!
Longbow man.
Just see Telether walking out of the room, bowstring wrapped around her neck. Oh, get it off!
God.
I have to admit, I might have to do that in a different game now. As it just leave a random item in their room, see if they go for it. It's a mimic.
Yeah, it's a mimic.
I like that, but not for you guys, since we spoiled. That won't be a
Write
surprise.
that down. Write that
anymore.
down.
Yeah. If you want a token for that, check out Mother 3. They have some interesting living musical instruments you can
That
use.
is interesting.
I like that. I might have to do that to a party sometime.
Yes.
That's an
Oh, dear,
amazing
no.
idea.
Oh no.
Any case,
I love mimics.
anyways, as you guys, yeah, it seems to be a well-made longbow. You hear the ping as you pull the string. It's got the nice hum.
Huh. She kind of like glances around. Is there anything like out of order in the room?
Roll me an investigation.
Okay. Nah.
Nothing you can notice. No, it's like, as far as you know, the magical fairies of San Andreas dropped off a magical bow for you. You have no idea how this got here. But I'll say, as you're going, you hear Eleanor, who's also shared your room since this is a small inn, and there was grouping up. Goes, "Oh, Dev, what's going on? Tell them what's going on over there."
I was given some gifts, I guess.
Oh?
I just woke up to a bow, quiver, and arrows in my room.
I'll say she wanders over to see your bow and quiver. Goes, "Well, that is fascinating. I wonder if you have a secret admirer."
It's a little odd. They didn't leave a note or anything.
Very strange. Perhaps of the bashful type.
Maybe.
Should we head down for breakfast? Meet the others. We do have to get going this morning. The next stop after these small towns will be my home, finally.
Are you excited to be back home in general?
Looks at you. I'm dreading it, if anything.
Well, yeah.
Oh, jeez. I suppose that I will just have to live with the fact that everyone did tell me it was a fool's errand in the end.
Look what you did. Be sad.
God.
I just hope I'm at least there at the end. That's
Well,
all I can do for now.
Have my prayers.
She kind of takes you by the hand. Thank you, Tal. That does mean something. Well, that does mean something. I'm very still grateful for all of you for what you tried to do.
I just wish we could have done better.
I suppose. And she kind of just swallows. And I suppose, the fates decided otherwise. But I suppose we should get going. She kind of tries to straighten herself up. We do have to get going. It is still a long journey back to Port Frost.
Alright.
She kind of looks up and goes, "Thank you," and she wanders out of the room and goes down for breakfast.
Until it's gonna fall shortly after.
Okay, is the rest of you gather around for breakfast unless someone has anything they want to do before they head down?
Not especially.
Okay. You guys head down for breakfast where you see Seamus there. Okay, everybody, hurry up and eat. We gotta get going. Long road ahead still.
I want to buy some ale for the road.
Okay, so you buy some ale. Go cost you, say, we'll say a gold for the amount of time it'll take you to get to Port Frost. Buy a good chunk of ale. Anybody else going to do anything before you guys head out of the town?
Nah.
Okay.
Nope.
I'd say Archon does notice the longbow on Telitha, and just kind of like, he's looking bored, but he's just, what's with the bow?
It just kind of appeared in my room.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm grateful for it, but I can say I'm a little nervous that someone snuck into my room.
Just kind of like gives a passing glance at one. Welcome to Locke.
What?
How are they doing?
Just watching this, kind of just taking a sip of tea or whatever.
Welcome's looking at his ale, and you can clearly see he's debating whether he should start drinking or not.
As if this is gonna happen a lot, where if anything breaks into someone else's room or someone gets stolen, they're gonna immediately assume it's me.
Nah. Archon doesn't make any more effort than that.
Clock rate would raise a tea to that and just keep sipping.
Yeah, that's it.
So as you guys gather your things and get yourselves together for the morning, you get back onto the cart. It goes, everybody, stick together now. We got a long road ahead of us. He
We're on
gets
the
up.
same cart, how are we gonna...
Huh? Ah.
Nothing, keep riding.
Hey! Yeah! Yeah! As the wagon starts moving out, as once again you guys are back onto the world map of movement. As you guys start traveling around, moving through the town, it takes some time. Days go by as once again you got... weird, the music's not starting up. You guys move through... There we go. Oh, weird. Why doesn't the music want to load for me? One sec, guys. I'm
I
gonna
heard
just...
it.
No, it's not loading for me. I'm just gonna log out and log back in for a sec. Give me a sec.
Sounds good.
There it goes. It'll load up now for me. There we go. So as you guys start moving along the road, as again, it's pretty much the same you guys normally have as the days go by. Once again, stopping by town after town, moving along the road. The long travel, of course, is as it is, as you see the mass snowy plains and areas, and when you guys step, it's usually at a small town of like a couple dozen people, at the most like 100, very tiny little rest stops where you gather more mail and move on to the next day. If there's anything you guys want to do during this travel time, you say so now.
Can I find a nice, like, rock of something that's not, normal? Something that might carve well?
Like a limestone?
Yeah, or marble.
You're probably not going to find marble just lying on the road, but you roll me a perception check as you guys are moving along the road.
How many arrows was it, by the way?
Would have been 20? It's a full stock.
Okay. Oh,
Also, yeah, you find a nice large chunk of what looks to be a limestone, just kind of sitting on the side of the road at one point.
Okay. How heavy?
Let's say 2 pounds.
I'm gonna look over to Welcrum and go, Welcrum, heard you have smithing tools.
That I do. What of it?
Those come with chisel or anything of that nature?
No. You're looking for some woodcarver's tools. Or stonemason's tools, depending on what kind of chisel you're after.
Yeah. So you know, try and to make this rock into something. Don't know what yet. But I got time to think of it.
I mean, I got my stone cutting. Do I know if... it wouldn't even work now. Just look at the rock and be like, can't help you there. Sorry.
Guess we'll wait till we're in Port Frost then.
It seemed like your best bet.
So as you guys keep moving along, you eventually make your way down towards Port Frost. Anybody else want to do something for these weeks, or are you guys good?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I do want to talk to. No, I'll wait till Port Frost. It's fine.
Well, to Port Frost?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as you guys move along, it's again day in, day out, fairly similar stuff. I won't go through the whole week because it's boring, and I don't have random encounters planned this time around. You guys move through and find that the area you guys have found has been what's the word? Things have been going pretty well, and eventually you come across what looks to be the large city of Port Frost. It's bigger than White Deer, and it's probably the biggest place you've seen for a while. This is an actual city, right? Not the largest. Oh.
Go ahead.
It's within the tens of thousands of people, just to give you a size. But
My
what were you going to ask?
mercenary days, would I have ever been here or know anything about this?
Roll me a history check. Okay. I'll say you haven't been to Port Frost since it's rather forward to the north. Not generally a lot of need for mercenaries in this area. But you do know effects of Port Frost. Basically, it's an area of known for being a place where it mostly does unique fishing. There's a very good trade of unique types of fish and other aquatic life forms that live in the little bay area there. And they're also known for doing simple trade routes between Port Frost and some of the other coastlines on this side of the continent. Right, so they'll run to the other major cities on the coastline from here. They do sometimes travel outside of their continent. They are one of the only ports that actually deal with the country of Zulandis. So these people actually aren't too bad as far as you're aware of with beast folk on the whole. You also know that it does have a lord living here, but you don't know anything really about him, apart from that there is a lord in the city.
I'll ask Eleanor about the Lord.
Okay. Turn to Eleanor and ask her about the Lord. The Lord?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I haven't really met the man. He's a halfling, actually, by the name of Lord Silverscale. Bit of an odd fellow. Silvery gray-like skin. Most people say he has draconic blood in him at some point.
What's
Really?
his personality like?
As I said, I've never truly met him, so he seems to be, as far as loads go, amendable, I suppose, to most people. He isn't the harsh. He tends to keep a well-run city, nothing too harsh or vicious of any sort, but he does keep discipline within the port walls itself.
Gotcha. Very well.
So as you guys come across the main port past the trees, you see the massive giant walls of the outer city and the docks in the distance with a few ships moving about through the dockyards as you guys enter the city of Port Frost.
Oh, this is fucking disgusting.
So you guys move.
I've always preferred the bigger cities.
Why is that?
There's always a bit of a method to the madness. Can be, once you know your way around, easier to get from place to place.
You got a point. Unless you look like me.
Maybe a smile wouldn't hurt once in a while, Mr. Arkham.
Piss off, kid.
I'm just saying.
He doesn't say anything more.
Neither do I.
Leah starts like puffing out of his chest, trying
I
to be
am.
tough like Archon.
I am, but I don't say anything. That's the vibe. That's the energy.
Archon is completely ignoring him.
Vibe check time. Atlius gets punched in the head.
Yeah, pretty much.
He has that like steam puffs coming off his head, like.
Vibe check draws his mace. His maul.
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 Common clothes wouldn't have like a hood or anything, would it?
Not generally. I
You can
mean,
buy something like that.
you probably have. I mean, if you want a clothes with hood on it, I'll allow it. I mean, your
Yeah.
character's been traveling.
Yes, I'll take out a hood and I'll chuck a hood on. I'm
Okay.
still like wearing my chainmail and stuff, but I just have like a hood draped over the shoulders.
Okay, so you have that all set up with your hood up on your shoulders as you guys keep traveling through. You guys reach the city gate yards where you were instantly stopped by a couple of well-armed city guardsmen as they look. It goes,
Halt, who's there? Oh, Seamus, you're back. And wait a minute, Miss Eleanor, is that you?
oh, yes, it is. Wait, Travis, wasn't it? One of the city guardmen?
That's right, Miss Eleanor. It's been a while. I was wondering, was your expedition a success?
And as at those words, she kind of looks away, kind of ashamed and quiet, and goes,
Oh, I see. Well, I was rooting for you. Your family's back at your family estate, obviously waiting for you. I hope things get better for you. Sorry.
as he kind of looks off and kind of turns away, goes, it's all right. I understand. What the heck's going on here?
It's a long story, friend.
Oh. Huh. I guess I should have asked when we were still on the road then. Oh, well, not my business. Yeah! As you guys travel in through the gates of the wagon. This city, as I said before, is much more massive and huge. You have all kinds of crazy people and abilities and very much business-like with everybody running around and doing their stuff. Yeah, not terribly unlike other places, but you gather most people here are more used to a more different range of people, and you in a city this large, you even notice a few non-human and halflings running around the city more. There's some dwarves in the area. You even see a couple of dragonborn of a even in this place as a
Any
larger.
kobolds?
It's wrong. None that you notice immediately, but you can roll
Okay.
me a perception check to see if you see any.
I'm not interested. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, and nothing obvious to the eye, but again, you've got so many thousands that it's the ones that really stick out are the couple of dragonborn because they stick out. And the dwarves, which again, in the Empire, not unheard of by any means. But as you guys keep moving around, Eleanor, eventually, you guys stop at the last port. He goes, "Hey, this looks like our last stop till I gotta turn around here, unless you're all willing to travel with me all the way to Ice Lake. But I'm guessing none of you want that, eh?"
I don't think that's necessary, friend.
Okay, well, you all have a good time. It was fun traveling with you, even if you weren't the most chatty people at times.
Thank you for having us, though.
Quite welcome there. Always
Was
nice traveling with a
Seamus
pretty lady.
was Seamus just like letting us like hitch a ride with him, just like pro bono, or did we pay him ahead of time?
There was payment ahead of time. Technically, Eleanor paid.
Eleanor
for it.
did, yeah.
Okay, I just couldn't. Well, I couldn't remember, and also Welcome, I don't think was there when that happened anyway.
No, welcome was
No.
you.
Yeah.
But yeah, Eleanor had paid for you guys to travel this way with him. But as it is, Oh.
Welcome will also give him an extra gold because Welcome doesn't know that happened.
oh, thank you there, Sonny. Nice tip.
Kind of looks a bit confused for a moment, and he's like, well, it's a little something extra for the trouble.
Always nice. Oh, thanks a lot. Anyways, I gotta get these mailbags sorted out. And he gets off the mail cart and starts once again hauling massive bags of mail and starts wandering into the mail office with them. Okay, you lazy bastards, time to get sorted.
He opens the door, and there's just like a total lookalike to Alivor, just grinding on a pole.
God. Oh my gosh.
Ah, yes, the post office.
God damn it.
Shift?
He just comes out of the shadows.
Yeah,
I've been with you this whole time.
he was the horse.
He was the horse.
So as you guys look around, Eleanor looks around with Yevon and goes, so, Yevon, now that you're in the town, I suppose you and your family will have to get a place. As I said, I will get you a job here. We do need a cobbler in the area, so I'll get my family to set up some strings for that for you. That'd be great, Miss Eleanor. I really appreciate that. Wow, I mean, I've never been in such a big place. This place is huge.
You'll get used to it eventually. Don't worry about that.
I suppose so. Anyways, guys, he kind of looks about each of you and goes, I guess, well, for the time being, I gotta get my home set up with my family here, so, I mean, he kind of looks over at Teletha and Archon and Otlius and Avalor goes, you guys have been real good friends, and just want to thank you for everything you've done and helping with my family. And I mean, I guess this was where we say goodbye for now. But if you ever need my help or need a pair of shoes made, look me up and I'll do everything I can for you.
Oh yeah, we made a deal, didn't we?
I don't wear shoes.
Oh,
Before you go, Yevon, Telda is going to kind of step forward. She's going to take a little trinket from her pocket, and it's a badger claw with a bunch of woven string making up a necklace cord, and she's gonna hand it over to Yevon.
What's this, Talitha?
It's something to remember all of us by.
Kind of picks in his hand, looks it over. Wow, this is great, Tel. Despite the bad times, I gotta admit, meeting all of you at least was the one ray of sunshine in that horrible place, and I really appreciate it. He just goes up and hugs you around your leg, Tel.
Kind of like give him a hug too.
I'm gonna miss you guys.
I'm gonna walk over to Yevon real kneel down to his level. I'm gonna pull out 5 gold and hand it to him.
What's this for?
Nah, it's not much, but it should help you out for the next few days while you get settled in.
Thanks a lot, Mr. Hellebore. That means a lot. And you've all been so kind. I really do mean it. If you ever need anything, just get a hold of me and I'll do what I can.
Don't worry, I'm gonna take you up on your deal. I expect the best pair of shoes I've ever had in my life.
I'll
you-
Oh. You were gonna say can't. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
He said in the future.
Oh, yeah. I'll make sure I give it to you the best I can. It'll be. Ainsley goes up and thinks, and we'll do everything we can. I guarantee they'll be the best shoes, most comfortable shoes you ever had.
Alright. Well, good luck out there.
Thanks. And takes his wife and by the hands like, okay, hon, come on, kids. Let's
Hey,
get
Yevon.
started. Oh, yes?
Careful when picking your house. Some of these people got minds of wolves.
Thanks for the suggestion, Mr. Harkon. I definitely will make sure.
One final bit of advice from a relative stranger. In a big city like this, the walls can have ears, so be careful what you talk about.
Take that into mind, Mr. Welcome. It means a lot, and thank you too for your assistance.
I wish you the best.
You too. And bye, Mr. Hotlace. It was good having you around.
Bye, Yevon.
Glad he'll take his wife and kid and picks up his child and begins to wander off into the city with Clarice waving you all by with an excited wave of eyes, as little kids do.
It's like I cast cause fear on you.
Oh my god.
It has no effect. He is always afraid.
That's the secret, D-Rab. He's always afraid.
Oh.
Yeah, Talitha's gonna be waving back to Clarice.
So as they wander into the city to begin their new lives, you guys have a little bit of heart, despite all the things. You got Yevon home alive and safe with his family.
Hey, small victories.
And speaking
We'll
of,
use that
'cause they're
with
I
not in
regret
vain
not
now.
eating him.
Oh my god!
They just say that out loud.
Hey
no,
guys,
no.
Can we just appreciate the fact that the eating Yevon thing, it started with Shift, and then Ares was like, no, this is
It's
my thing
mine
now.
now.
oh,
God.
Thank you for giving me the inspiration, Cam.
In any case, as you guys do that, Eleanor turns to Olaf. He goes, well, I suppose it's about time I have to head back to my house as well.
Mind if I talk to you for a sec?
Oh God.
Of course.
I just
Harkon.
stick next to Elgrim.
Did you want to speak to me, Harkon?
Yeah, kind of like tilt a head over, kind of across like the road where people can't hear. What these people can't overhear us too easy.
Okay.
Time to send my spy owl now that he's back.
As as they cross the road, I turn to tell him Alivor, and I'm like, does he always sound that angry?
Yeah,
Yes.
all the
Pretty
time.
much. I'm convinced if you stuck a lump of coal up his ass, he'd shit a diamond.
Seems to me it wouldn't be that hard to convince you.
I mean, you pour a log into, so I'm sure he can just crush a coal into a diamond just fine.
With
Tell
his
him he's
ass,
gonna kinda, like,
Alias. With his
Stare at
ass.
Alivor like, what the fuck?
I mean, like,
Meanwhile, we're
It's
all
a
doing this
muscle,
as
right?
he's crossing the road, so we're still within earshot.
it's still a muscle, right? It's not too weird.
Suppose in a sense you're right.
Boy, I sometimes wonder how you all escaped from that dungeon. Okay, it says you pull Eleanor aside there, Archon.
Cross my arms. You ain't gonna tell your family about where they came from, right?
I don't see any reason why I should, honestly. You were all as helpful as you could be.
Just getting that straight. Didn't come all the way, making sure they live just for this shit to happen, you get me?
I do understand you, Mr. Archon, and I do appreciate your concern for your friends.
It ain't that. They're just starting to grow on me is all. Can I make an insight check?
You may do so.
Insight is over here. Fucking, well.
As far as you can tell, completely honest about everything.
She's gonna betray you.
Fair enough.
But was there anything else you wanted, Mr. Harkon?
Nothing.
Well, it was an honor. I don't suppose any of you, as she looks back and wanders back to the rest of the party, I do wish to say a few things, though, before I leave. If that is fine with you.
I hide behind Welcome.
Welcome,
Make
like,
a
kind
stealth
Go
check,
ahead.
because that's an actual thing a halfling can do.
Oh, should I just port this? No, it's fine. I'll roll it.
Okay, she looks you
Sounds
You rolled
straight
low
at.
because as you did it, Welcome, like, very, like, obviously, like, looks down at you, like, what the fuck? And then looks back up.
Because
Can I? If I see Atlius doing this, I want to help hide Atlius.
It's fine.
Okay.
How would you
Eleanor
manage that?
notices oddly as he did not roll.
No.
As Eleanor looks over to see Atlius, goes, even though things did not go as well as they should have, I still feel like I may owe you all at least the help for getting me back alive from the mountain. If you wish, you can accompany back to my family estate, and I can see about getting you any assistance you may need.
Welcome, you feel like me grab like whatever clothing you have and grip it tight from behind.
Wearing still wearing chainmail.
Like your
I'm
hood, I
gonna-
guess. I pull it down slightly.
I like
Slightly, no, not to reveal you.
I like grab you by the top of the head and just kind of like push you next to me so you're not hiding behind me anymore.
I'm being betrayed. I
Lad,
try and play it cool, but I'm not playing it cool.
she's trying to extend an olive branch. You can at least respect her enough to look her in the eyes.
Look at Eleanor.
Your house. How
In
large
the
is it?
middle of the.
It's much larger than the average house, I will have to admit.
So I presume there'll be some modicum of privacy there.
Yes, the only people that live there are myself, my mother and father, and our butler Jenkins.
It's always the fucking butler.
Jenkins.
It's always a Jenkins.
It's always no, it's always fucking Jeeves. What are you guys talking about?
He's not a shifty type, is he?
He's
Very
been
quiet.
He's been with our family for many years. He's very loyal.
Well, I see no problem with it, but I do think we should discuss our next move.
I do have a specific request, Miss Eleanor.
Yes, Locke?
A favor. Later, to be repaid. That's all I wish to ask if you're extending this to all of us.
Favor? Mr. Locke?
Nothing bad. I just might need your help finding someone close to me.
I suppose I can do my best for you if that's what you want, Mr. Locke. Little tone off, because despite two of the party members literally had little to do with anything with her getting back here, so she's...
They're still taking this. Like, if you're extending it to everyone, then why not? I don't care.
Yeah, I'm just describing the look on her face. Like, you're allowed to make the request. You just look at you like, I suppose that won't hurt.
Yes, it shouldn't. It's just this person's near and dear to my heart, and I don't want to lose them.
Well, I mean, if you need anything, very well, I will. If I come across anything, I'll let you know then.
Thank you.
It's all right. So, did you all wish to accompany back to my estate, or?
I just nod.
Yeah,
I
let's
think
do
it's a good
that.
idea.
I'll before we do take off, I'll just say, Miss Eleanor, I understand that you and Nutlius might have a bit of a history. If you're uncomfortable, I'd be happy to just find an inn.
She kind of takes a deep breath. I've had several weeks to come to grips with what Mr. Otlius had done. I admit that I may not be thrilled at the thought, but at the very least I have no objections. He was not admittedly himself at the time.
It's fine, Walker. We'll just go at the inn. Like, try and hide behind you again, but probably not.
Yeah, let's go to the mansion. Says looking down at Otlius.
Eep!
Well, I leave that
I guess
decision
we're
up to you.
going.
Okay, so you guys head towards the estates where you find the inner richer. When you move aboard, you find it in this area here. This is the inner city, where you can see this is the ritzy part of town, where they're far more high class and rich people. I will mark it on the map just so you guys know exactly where everything is.
By the way, as we begin to walk, Akon just like lightly smacks Otlius upside the head. Don't be a coward, you little shit.
But doesn't even like flinch when he gets hit in the head. Not like the other times you hit him in the head.
Yeah.
As we cross into the richer part of town, Welcom's gonna pull his head down a bit lower, but he's gonna straighten up. He's gonna walk with better posture.
Okay.
I don't think this is a good idea. Mr. Archon.
Nobody does when they're in the thick of it, but you knew what you wanted around the mountain. We're gonna carry it through. You're gonna get that closure. and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
We can find an inn later if things go south.
He nods.
So as you guys move along, Eleanor moves you through the city. Each person, your party draws a few glances. Not many people are militarily graded, outfitted in this spot, but when they see you with Eleanor, many of them recognize her, and thus don't pay you too much mind after that.
Look over at Eleanor. Small world.
Oh, excuse me?
Everyone seems to know each other around here. Is that normal?
Well, many of them know me. As I did mention, I do come from a fairly established family in this city.
Seem
Argon,
friendly with you.
if I may ask, Argon, when was the last time you lived in a city or town?
4 years.
Yeah, so you've been on your own for quite a while then.
Yep.
So, in my experience, it's not too uncommon for people around the town to at least recognize one another.
Usually say that for small towns, though, but not like I know.
You'd be surprised with the nobility and whatnot.
You got
They
a
always have
point.
little squirrelings going around.
With you there.
No offense, Eleanor.
None taken, I suppose.
May I?
Oh.
Sorry. May I ask? Oh, sorry. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, go.
Just Aries, go.
Oh, okay. May I ask your family name and the residing main family in the city?
Well, my family name is Wintershine, or Whiteshine.
Mm-hmm.
And the main family, I suppose, would be the Silver Scale with the Lord, if you wanted to go for who is the highest ranking official.
Am I familiar with either of them, or at least heard stuff? Anything?
Roll me a history.
Okay.
You don't know much about the the Whiteshines. Most you've heard of them is they're in the ships. They're traders. Like they're ship merchants, or sailor merchants. You know a little bit also about, and as far as what you know about the Silver Scale, you basically know what you were told coming in. He's a Lord Halfling and has been known to possibly be draconic and has some draconic bloodline since his scales. He gets his name from like the silvery shine to his skin that caused by scales.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
Oh, no worries. So as you guys approach, you see this very nice-looking large house. She leads you towards kind of an open brush and bushes outside with some fairly nice plants. Looks like a big place. Nothing too unbelievably extravagant, but definitely higher up and far fancier than anything you guys have ever lived in. Judging by the house you'd gather with the marble and the nice stone, you'd gather she's probably would an equivalency of like an upper middle, right, class, lower noble. But as he approaches the front gate and knocks on the door, just boom, 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 as he knocks onto the big door knocker. And the door opens up, and you see this well-dressed human butler, thin kind of mustache, black clothes, goes, "Hello. Oh, Miss Eleanor, you have returned, and I'm glad to see it." It looks her in the eyes. "I gather from your disposition that things did not go the way you would have hoped." Okay, Harry's had to pop off for a sec. So as you guys move in, it goes, they open up the door, and when you do so, please, everyone please come in. And she leads you into the thing where you see the butler enters the room. This is Jenkins.
Cue the ominous music.
He is dashing.
Anybody that wears socks that high can't be trusted.
He definitely looks like a man who's murdered someone.
As Jenkins looks over at Eleanor, he goes, I'm afraid, madam, that... Well, perhaps your timing was
You forgot.
fortuitous, but...
You forgot Locke's token.
Oh, did I forget Locke's? I did.
She's
sorry.
dead.
No, Locke I moved
Killed
out
it.
because...
Damn.
I
Killed
moved
it.
Locke out because of Ares' dip, so Ares said Locke kind of snuck off.
Okay, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Locke just like fucking breaks in through the back door of the estate.
Guys, we're
So
gonna
it's
play
the only
Cluedo
shot?
now.
So anyway, so you guys look about and goes, I'm afraid, madam, that your brother has taken a bit of the turn for the worse of the last few days. Your parents are in his room right now. I see. Thank you, Jenkins. I will go up and I will go up to go see him. I'm sorry, madam. I truly am. So he turns old. He's like, I have to go see my brother. But,
Eleanor, go. We will just meander around until you return.
Shit. Yeah,
Shut up! Leave me alone. It's fucking difficult.
oh god. Sorry, it's just making me laugh. Because
It's welcome being quiet.
yeah, it's just. Hi. Yes. Thank you, Mr. Welcome. I guess I should go up and go see him with my parents. She looks like she's just shaking in fear at this point.
Akan just meets her eyes and gives her a slow nod.
Talitha's gonna offer a hand.
She kind of looks down at your hand and takes it for comfort. Thank you, Talitha. I don't suppose you'd be willing to at least walk me to the door.
Of course.
You are a good friend. And she wanders up the stairs with Talitha. If anybody else wishes to join them upstairs, she looks at you kind of all, please make yourselves at home.
Lou, please. And I summon the owl to follow.
Is
Oh,
Lou going to be
Lord,
stealthily checking, or are you just
Yes.
having Lou... Okay, then roll a
Yes.
stealth check for... I need Lou to make me a stealth check.
Is she offering for us to come up with her, or is it more of a
She's got-
family?
She's kind of offered
Like-
if anybody would like to accompany her up, they're allowed to.
I feel like I shouldn't be there, so I just send my owl to do it. Wait, where's my owl sheet? There it is.
Akan just kind of reaches over and puts like a single claw on Alias's head, taps it a couple times.
But as I'm still like holding the owl,
Alright, I'm gonna ask you, okay with us going up with you?
Yeah, if you want. I mean, I honestly wouldn't have to have a little extra support, maybe.
Alright, that it is.
If Lou's stealth
just-
doesn't beat my passive, I'm going to knock Olius in the back of the head.
Okay,
Deck you.
so you can roll your stealth for your owl.
I will just roll it. I shouldn't use
Actually,
my...
you still have your potence for the... You have your potence for the day.
I do. Oh
You
my...
can use it. Your call.
No, I'll just roll it. I might need it later when I try and defend myself against these guys. Need it. He does have a +3.
Oh
But
shit!
thank God I didn't do it. You would know though, when I'm like channeling through Luke.
So Eleanor walks up the stairs with Telitha.
But like, when you're
Feels-
channeling, you wouldn't even notice if I hit you. You lose your senses.
I feel it. I
Do you?
just
Do you
can't
still-
see. I can't see or hear.
Yeah, you have
I
feeling
can
still
and you have the
feel.
ability to talk. You just can't see or hear specifically.
Okay, I thought you lost all senses. No,
No.
sorry.
No.
Yeah, then yeah, if I see him channeling, I'm gonna fucking
Pop him in the back of the head.
How? I come back.
yeah. The
I
light
think
backhand.
it's Archon.
Anybody else heading up?
Start walking, or I'm gonna fucking deck you.
I run.
So you head up the stairs. Okay.
I'm gonna just walk after him, kind of give a nod to Jeeves. I mean, what is
Jenkins.
type? Jenkins.
Sorry.
Oh, you'll also
So-
get a nod from Welcrum as you threaten Otley.
Cool. I'm just gonna walk up after them. You can track me wherever the heck
Yeah.
we're going.
It's just the second
you.
half of the map. Yep. Anybody else heading up? Or I think the other two are staying downstairs.
Yeah, Welcrum's not gonna.
Yep.
Welcrum hasn't known Eleanor that long.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
You guys,
It's a
Consummate
private
you.
affair. Alivor will stay out of it.
yeah, Eleanor still
His
holding Telitha.
mistimed jokes might not be appreciated.
Yeah, probably not. Probably a good way to get yourselves thrown out of the city, possibly, hunted down and murdered.
Well-timed jokes.
What do you say to a kid with leukemia?
Better luck next year, kid.
Oh my god!
As everyone else heads into the room, to turn to Alivor. Yeah, not really comfortable in this place while this is happening. You want to wait outside with me?
No, I was thinking of heading down to the docks, honestly.
Why the docks?
See where these ships are going. Cost, those kinds of things.
Oh, if you want to, I feel like we should at least stay at the manor and wait for everyone to finish up before we wander around the city.
Perhaps.
I'll be waiting in the front yard if you want to accompany me. I'll just head out the front door.
Okay.
He'll follow behind shortly afterwards.
So, Telitha, I'll describe what the rest of you guys are doing as the two are standing up front. Yeah, Eleanor is still clutching Telitha's hand very tightly in her own. You can feel kind of that shaky spirit of her hand as she slowly approaches the door towards this air the hole. And just stops outside the door.
Telitha's gonna give Eleanor's hand a reassuring squeeze.
Looks over at you. Thank you, Telitha. And she slowly opens the door and walks in. You hear this two voices go,
Telitha! Eleanor, you're back, I mean...
Good job.
That's my child. Were you successful at all?
I'm sorry, Father. It's all right, my dear. As you see another older woman, very similar looks to Eleanor. Basically, you can imagine if Eleanor was an older woman. As Eleanor's mother comes up and gives her a reassuring hug. It's all right, Eleanor. I know you tried. And her father, a very broad man, Cain, very rich noble, a powerful man, but not built to be the warrior type. Bearded and friendly. You gather he would usually have an open demeanor, but at this point does not. As Eleanor goes, thank you she looks over to the bed, and I don't have a picture for this, so I will just describe this, because I could not find a picture of what I'm about to describe. You guys, Telepha, you can see, since the door is open, on the bed, a child covered in blankets. His face is covered in white, pussy white and black boils. His eyes have been sealed over where he can no longer see due to growth and other sorts of infection. His skin and face look shriveled and almost as if he has been not eating for months and is wasting away in the bed. Closer look inspects that he sees beads of sweat on his face. And his hands have kind of got like these elongated yellow leaf fingernails on them.
Not knowing exactly what she sees, Khan is going to step forward and shove Alias into the door.
I try and push back, but like I can't because I am weak.
Well, you guys can make it a contested athletics check.
So
In before
Telepha-
Archon rolls in that one.
Yeah, I kind of don't feel it's possible that he could resist, really, but okay.
It's a fair.
Just gonna fail. But
You can rage if you want first. I was gonna say.
Would you let me?
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll still let you get the advantage in rage. There you go. So you shove Atlius into the room.
wow, you pushed me real far.
Not into the room, just in the doorway for him to see, please.
Okay, sorry.
I was like, Archon, why?
So Atlius,
Oh my
you
God.
notice that.
And fucking like throws him in the room.
Get the fuck in there! Look at what you did! Look at it! So, Atlius, you do see the child in the bed with the description I had just given.
Okay, I grip my
So-
hands tighter.
When Telepha sees this boy, her eyes kind of like widen, and she clasps a hand over her mouth, just kind of in a stilled moment of shock.
As Eleanor looks over at her little brother, oh my God, Bill! Oh my God! You gather from her shock and space that he was nowhere near looking like this when she left. Whatever has occurred has gotten much, much worse. And as Eleanor is teary-eyed, crying up as she runs up to her brother's side, you just hear this, Eleanor? Sister, is that you? As you see this blind-like child kind of look around to see for, trying to focus in on the voice he heard, but can't really visualize or see due to the boils closing his eyes shut. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I tried. As she weeps drastically on the side of his bed, clutching his hand. It's okay, sis. I know you did your best. I know. You tried.
I'm gonna try to see the future as I witness this.
While
Is it the 7 or is it the 15?
I'm like, you're trying to see the future. Yeah, that's not exactly your. It's not like that's part
Is
of
it
your
the
real.
7? Is he dying? Is he dying with his con save? Is it a 7?
gone.
You know what, Atlius? For fun, I'm gonna give you a special ability just for this. Roll me a D100.
While he's doing this, Telepha will also be like quietly whispering a prayer.
Oh, 1d100 should be.
Okay. You close your eyes and you try to push through. You want to see the future. You want to know what happened, but nothing comes.
Okay. I just stop closing my eyes and just watch as the events unfold in front of me. Because I do instinctively, without even thinking about it, try and like step out of the room, and I just assume Archon's blocking me.
He actually doesn't stop.
I fall back,
He's-
and then I realize that I don't see them anymore, and kind of force myself forward.
He nods a little.
So as you look over to seeing Eleanor weeping at Billy's side, Billy's just like, I held on, sis. I just wanted to see you again before the end. I'm happy. And then Eleanor's, Billy? And as she looks down at Billy, who's got this sad but deathly sickly smile on his face, but as you Teletha with your passive, you would notice, oddly as with your passive, you don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
Teletha, you notice his hand is completely limp in Eleanor's hand at this point.
Telza is gonna take a half step away from the doorway.
I don't notice that either.
Oh God!
Your passive perception, you didn't realize Billy was sick!
Oh wow!
What? You sick?
What? All of these? What are those? That's just your body.
Yeah,
Don't judge.
Yeah, anyways, as Eleanor's holding Billy's hand. And as you hear Mayabel, the mother, rush to her side, oh my God, my son, my poor boy. The father looks over at his wife and child and his baby, and he's just looking down there, just fighting tears in his eyes. God damn it all. Why did this happen? Why? He just smacks the wall behind him.
No, I didn't realize now that there's a giant X. I step away. Door. Before I do that, or like as I do that, I'm gonna cast just under my breath. Oh boy. No, I'm just gonna cast See Invisibility to see if there's anything sketchy about the room.
Okay, interesting. So you cast See Invisibility and look around. You don't see anything, no.
Okay.
But I'm curious why you thought that was necessary.
Back away. I was tossing up between Detect Thoughts and See Invisibility, but I think I already have enough nightmare fuel.
God! You see an Oni ready there with a dinner fork just waiting to eat him when he's done.
Just
No.
like, nom nom. And I'm like, cool. I guess I don't know how rules are with people dying. I guess that's the Reaper. And I just walk away. Or I walk away. I leave them to it.
You guys hear just, do you close the door behind you?
Yes.
So as you close the door behind you, a lot of you can just hear the faint and soft mufflings of the family weeping over their lost child and brother.
My hands still clasped together are shaking.
Falcon kind of looks down at you, doesn't really give any reaction, then just turns to walk away.
stand at the door for like a minute or so.
Just continuous
And
crying.
then I
Go.
and then I walk away as I ponder about casting a spell. Yeah, just try and quietly, just slowly walk away. Out to find Archon wherever he is.
They catch you
Just
up, but you
leaning against
just
the wall
missed how.
watching.
Obviously, the kid. I don't know where you popped off.
The kid had died.
Okay, so yeah, they basically just started crying and they closed the door behind them.
Yeah,
So-
okay.
Oh, Ali is close to behind them, but
Yeah, Alice closed the door behind them and he's.
I slammed it.
John!
Yeah, the family's inside the room sobbing.
Talda's gonna finish off her prayer and then step towards the stairs.
So you step towards the stairs. You guys head down, I take it?
I head down.
Yeah.
I go to talk to Archon, but I stop and then I just walk.
Hello, your friends are outside, at the moment, Jenkins says as he looks at the three of you. I take it from the sounds upstairs. The young master has finally passed on.
Yes, sir.
I suppose the funeral will have to be fairly soon, then.
Because he kind of like does that normal butlery thing where you could tell the man is very upset but well practiced in keeping his emotions in check after years of training.
Stonewall.
Hell yeah.
Oh god.
I will prepare the rites for the family funeral and get the tomb ready for them.
Archon just kind of like walks over to Talda's side and mutters, "Hey, what are human funeral rites like? Do they burn him, bury him?"
Another time, Archon.
They need to know. Fuck it. He just walks out.
I slowly walk out the door.
Those going towards the door.
This is what you did, D-Rab. This is what you did.
This is your fault, damn
Wait,
it.
your mistake.
So
Uh,
Wow,
I didn't
that-
do shit.
while that whole scene was playing out, once
Welcome
Oliver
and Alva
walks out,
making out.
Welcome, yeah, 100%. No, Welcome and Oliver are gonna have a chat while they're all inside doing that.
Okay, so you guys have a chat. That's fair.
Yeah, so as Oliver walks out, I'll just look around the yard. Is the yard big enough that I think that if we have a chat, we're gonna relatively, like, no one's really gonna be able to overhear it?
Nobody out. It's big enough that you can see around you that nobody would hear you, yes.
Okay. Yeah, so as Alivor follows me out after a minute or two, Welcome's gonna be like, the lad told me a bit about you.
Oh?
I'm sure that you've figured it out, but he told me where you guys came from. Up on the mountain.
Boy's got a big mouth.
I'm
The
so
kid
in
doesn't know when to
trouble.
shut up, you're right. But that's not important right now. I don't care that you came from there. I don't agree with that place either. It's bullshit. It's slave labor for the nobility. But that's not the most interesting thing he told me.
Oh, he told you more.
Don't be mad at the kid. I've known him for a while now, and he trusts me and has reason to trust me.
What did he say?
He let me know about your idea to usurp the nobility, your little uprising of sorts.
At that, Alivor kind of does the Key and Peele skit look around.
Don't worry, I've already had a look around.
Right.
I'm telling you this because I want you to know that I'm no friend of the nobility either. I'm willing to lend my sword to your fight, if it comes down to it.
It's good to know. Though I haven't quite have it all planned out. Certainly, we don't want to stay around here.
No, of course not. But, if you don't mind, I wouldn't mind to know a little bit about your mercenary days. And in exchange, I'll tell you where I came from.
Very well. I suppose I can tell a story or two.
I feel it's worthwhile to build a little bit of trust. I understand that I'm new in your group, and we didn't get off on the right foot exactly.
Well, I won't tell you about that job. At least, not here in the heart of this city, but I can tell you about a few others.
Very
Once
well.
did a job for this lord down south. He had some workers that decided to take a little off the side in his gold mine, slacking off, jabbing the jaw.
Yep.
He hired us mercenaries to go in there and clean house. At the time, I was only about 16, so I didn't question it much. Most of those in my mercenary group weren't too happy with the job, but a payday is a payday.
I understand that. Can't fault you entirely. As he says that, how old is Alivor now?
He is 24.
He's 24. Does he look like older? Does he look younger? Because like Wolcram's not.
He still looks
He's-
pretty young. He definitely looks older than 16.
Yeah. So I would probably assume that's like 5-6 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, about 8. Right. The Lord there, one of them slaughtered on the spot. But my father of sorts, Gerald, he was a pretty cunning man, smart man. So we worked to deal with these miners. And we were able to get those who incited the whole scheme of sorts, if you want to call it that, and we were able to cut the others free. He was able to talk them into accepting this, as well as, saving their families, because that's how some of these lords operate.
Sounds like a interesting mercenary group. I've not known many to be so kind.
Well, Gerald, he was a good man. He taught me a lot. But as with all good men, if they don't have a trusted circle around them, they're merely a target for ne'er-do-wells.
Indeed. Unfortunate, but it's how it is, isn't it?
Indeed, that's another story altogether, but regardless, we took the three that incited all of this scheming throughout the miners, and they went along with the plan. We told the Lord that the rest were slaughtered, and gave them over, where he publicly executed them in a very gruesome fashion.
As these lords tend to do. Everything has to be extravagant for them, doesn't it?
Yes, I don't quite know the reason why you would need to slowly roll the intestines of a man out as they're still alive, but that's what he decided justifiable.
It's all a stupid fucking power trip. They do what they do because they can. What are the guards going to do? Arrest the nobility? Puh. They'd sooner arrest the fucking miners.
Yeah. It was a little curious that this man wanted a mercenary group to handle it and not his own guards. But again, it was a payday. We didn't ask too many questions.
When you got money to throw around, who knows?
I've thought about that for a few years, and I have a theory that some of the guards, they were brothers and fathers of those miners. Didn't actively want to do anything against them, but they also didn't want to risk being punished just along with them.
That would be likely. Yes. Town noble hiring the same people for two different jobs.
Regardless, we checked back on that town a few months later, and after they were executed, word had that Lord had a record month on his gold tithe to the Empress. Seems, despite what we did, the fear was struck enough for those still remaining to work themselves to the bone.
Well, what were the other options? The mine or death?
That's true. But in my life of mercenary work, that's mostly what I've seen from these lords. A couple of good ones here and there, but most of them are so overcome with greed and hunger for power.
I have to agree. I've seen similar things to what you've described, to be honest. Maybe from a different perspective. I used to be a guard. The capital, in fact. Not just any guard. I was we didn't really have an official name, but I was a bit of a splinter group, sent out to hunt down dissidents, really. Anybody teaching malpractice, things that the Empire didn't want people to know. That's how I found Otlius. His mentor was one of these dissidents. I got stationed in his city. No, Norvandra or something. It was covered as just a typical restationing, another guard being sent to the city of gambling. But that's not what I was there for. Me and two others, I think. We were trying to find this wizard, this diviner, looking into the future, letting people know things that the Empire didn't want them to know. Job like any other, really. I've done it more times than I can fucking count. But Fuck, he had a kid there. Didn't even realize he was doing anything wrong. I couldn't fucking put him to the blade. So, I deserted. Took the kid and fucking ran.
Alvor is gonna kind of mull over that. Quite a band of folks we are.
Yeah, you can say that again. But look, my point is, I've never agreed with what the Empire made me do. I'm not even from the Empire. I was just a kid trying to prove my worth. Rose up in the ranks pretty quick, to be honest, but never agreed with what they had me do. Oddly, this was just the last straw.
Well, with that in mind, I should warn you then. I have no misconception that my goal will be realized in my lifetime. But even the biggest fires require a good spark.
Seems like we have quite a few sparks to choose from.
Indeed, but what we should really worry about is our next move. It is not safe for any of us in this country.
No, it's not going to be. Not at all.
Personally, I want to hop on the first ship out of this country.
Well, it's definitely a step in the right direction. It's at least something to work towards.
You know, my Gerald, he knew of a place, but I never really fully talked to him about it. He died before I could. Believe it's an island of sorts, somewhere out there, laid claim by no country.
Heath, as he says that, would I have heard of any like smuggler islands or something?
I mean, you weren't really in the Navy, so I'd say probably not.
I was more of a mainland.
Yeah, you were more about mainland. You weren't really designed for it, because, I mean, the Empire's huge, that they specialize in different areas. With your special police, you wouldn't have been on the coast, so you wouldn't really know the coastal stuff.
So Welcome kind of like furrows his brow and thought, well, I've not heard of any islands in the whisperings of the Empire, but I can't be certain that it's not known. But it's as good as bad as any.
Well, our last job was supposed to pay us enough gold to fund a full expedition of this island, fully equipped, ready for anything on that place. There's supposedly good reason as to why it's never been claimed, but I don't know why that is. It's possible that we could learn of its location early enough, but who knows what kind of dangers and challenge lurk there.
Well, it's no better or worse than constantly peering over our shoulders, is it?
Personally, I think it's a little better.
It's much easier to deal with hardship when they come at you from the front.
Exactly. Never have to second guess who you talk to and how you talk to them. Who you can trust.
Indeed. Otlius seems to like you. Like all of you. He may not have the best judgment, but, well, he's somehow gotten this far, hasn't he?
Yes, he did. I think he might have a knack for finding folks who can keep him safe in some way or form.
Good. Call him lucky.
Then again, is it really luck if he can, you know... He kind of like points to his eye.
Well, it could be, it could not be, but I don't even know if he realizes that he does it half the time.
True.
The kid's got a heart of gold. He always wants to help people, even when it fucking puts himself in trouble.
Speaking of which, what do you think of that kobold?
I don't trust him nearly as far as I can throw him.
I feel kind of the same. Just came out of nowhere, started calling me out.
Claims he was a friend of a friend, but I don't even know that person either.
You mean Kiori?
That's the one.
She was certainly strange, in a word.
So she kept like company, I see.
Don't believe she ever had any true ill intentions, but you never knew with her.
It can be hard to tell in a society like this. People don't even realize what they're doing is wrong. Well, regardless, and he'll extend a hand to you. I'm willing to lend my strength.
Oliver will reach out and do the old, like, wrist-to-wrist clasp.
He'll give you a nod. But if I find out you teach Otlius any other dumb shit, I will deck you.
Dumb shit.
Bases.
He's gonna figure it out one day.
That day is not today. Then he gives you a half grin.
Well, I feel with a cockblock like you, that's probably true. He says in kind of a joking camaraderie manner.
You fucking elves really know how to pick your words, don't ya? They did clearly just joking around at this point.
Alibor chuckles a moment, then looks towards the manor. Hopefully they didn't kill him up there.
You never know. Welcome will just kind of sit down on the grass, put his shield down, and just relax until everyone else shows up.
Okay. And at that point, you see the others exiting the house.
You alright there, lad?
No.
The grin kind of just disappears from Welcom's face as he notices the kind of mood. Reads the room.
He passed away.
It wasn't your fault, kid.
I know that. I just felt like I could have done something, about it. But I can't.
Everything that you could have done has been done. This is just what was meant to happen.
I tried to see up there. I couldn't. I don't know.
Artlius, you know you're not meant to do that.
Oh, Wilgrim, what's the point? It can help people.
Not yet. If helping people like that means that you yourself are going to be put in trouble, it's not worth it. Kid, we'll change that soon, but for now you can't do it.
It's not like it worked anyway. Didn't see anything.
Take a seat, lad. Just take some time, okay?
Okay. Sit
Welcome will,
around.
look up at Telither and Archon and just trying to get a read on what they're feeling.
Alpha's kind of keeping her eyes to the ground.
Archon, you got an opinion of what's happening?
Archon, he's muted at the moment.
I know
Probably,
he is. I just,
Probably AFK, it's alright.
I was
Probably
muted.
just angry like all the time.
Always. Yeah, I was muted. Yeah, Archon, he has his back to you guys. Just kind of arms crossed, watching the surroundings mainly out of habit than anything else you could tell. He definitely seems to get like the kind of morose feeling, but he doesn't really seem to react as you two talk. But he's standing right there. It's very likely he's heard everything. And as he feels, your eyes on his back, he kind of glances over his shoulder to you. Meeting your eyes, he just seems aware.
Well, it seems to me that we should leave the family to their grief for now. Let's, explore the city a bit, shall we?
I agree.
Delitha, would you
Okay.
mind letting the butler know?
Of course. She's gonna step back inside and let Jenkins know.
It goes very well, Miss Talitha. If we need to get a hold of you, where would you like us to send word?
Did they mention where exactly we're gonna go?
Yeah, I would have mentioned the docks.
Okay, so
Head
they
down
hit
to
the
the docks.
docks.
And will you be returning, or do you plan to be gone?
I believe we're gonna return.
Very well. I will let the master and mistresses know.
Thank you. Then she's gonna step back outside.
Well, no point moping around here. Seems like there's enough. And Welcome will get up, he'll grab his shield, and he'll start heading out.
Okay.
Archon will follow.
I stand up. I follow.
So you follow.
Alivor will lag behind so Talitha can catch up. Pull out the chunk of limestone and show it to her. You know, I've been thinking all week what to carve into this thing, but I still have no idea.
Maybe something that's important to you? A special symbol?
I haven't carved stone before. I'm a little afraid I'd mess it up, but I can try.
I mean, if you need any tools, you're welcome to use mine.
have stonemason's tools?
I have woodcarvers.
Huh. That might ruin them. We'll see if perhaps the town has any of those stonemasonry tools. Or at least a hammer and a chisel.
Alright.
Okay, so you guys head back out into the the streets of Port Frost. And where do you guys intend on going? You said you were heading to the harbor?
We can head past the market district first if Oliver wants to pick shit up, and then go to the harbor. Makes sense to me that we should go to the docks last if that's where they're going to find us. Should anything happen.
Okay. What do you want to do?
Well, it seems to me Oliver will buy some tools. Am I correct?
Well, yeah. At least see how much they are. Only have like 20 gold.
Well, may as well have a look.
Indeed.
Okay.
So you guys head out to go to the shop.
Shopping.
So you guys head out
Yeah.
for the shop. You find several, not very difficult to find a shopping district in a city this large. Yeah, so you go there, I take it you're looking for the masonry, looking for mason's tools, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so...
I feel like Otlius and Welcome will be leading charge, being the most used to big cities.
I'm keeping
I feel
Quan
so-
in touch, by the way.
I feel so at home in a big city.
Anyways, I'll say you come across a store, quick, simple, you find a place selling mason's tools. They will cost you 10 gold.
I will buy some.
Okay.
Discount. Kidding. We're not buying nearly enough. to have.
I mean, I could, but I'm not really feeling it, so I'm not gonna worry about it.
I mean, it's your money.
As you buy the masonry tools and get on your ways, anything else you guys in the shopping district are looking for?
Yo, Elivor.
Yeah.
The cat left me you guys' rations for a bit. You want to take them?
Ah. Wait, we never ate those on the way here?
I'll just say we probably had this conversation far earlier.
Also, I think it's
Whoops. I mean, if
Well,
there are any
la-di-da.
left, yeah, I'll take.
I think we get free food from the caravan.
I mean, you guys were eating with when you stopped by
Yeah.
the towns and stuff. It's not like you needed to survive on your rations when you were there.
Well, I mean, there's still a week between each town, though.
Yeah, it's true. Well, no, those are between major towns. The full farm towns are every day, pretty much.
Oh, well then.
Like,
Okay.
see, the towns were like about a day or two apart at the most, but all the cities were like a week apart. Because, like I say, it's and they
Oh,
stop
there's
on
like
the
micro
road.
towns here.
Yeah, there's there's villages. You found a lot of villages, I should say. We're using the wrong word.
Hamlets.
Yeah, hamlets and villages you guys have gone to.
So, yeah, if you agree, add 12 rations to your inventory.
Well, I should probably get,
Yeah.
like, as I summon Lou, and I kind of pet him as I just hug him from the sad times before. I should probably get, like, spare herbs and stuff for Lou.
Welcome like narrows his eyes.
Oh, you can be there just so I don't buy those ones.
Alright, if you need some components, we can search for that as well while we're here.
That was real fucking.
Oh, Welcome. I totally blanked on this earlier when we were talking, but
What's up?
you have smithing tools. Could you maybe repair my chainmail at some point?
I could probably get that done for you. I'd need
I
a
never
small
see you
fire.
work with your smithing tools, Welcome.
How bad's the damage?
It has, from what I remember, honestly at this point,
Yeti
there
claws.
would be Yeti claws and then a dragon claw.
Yeah.
So there are like gouges taken out of the chainmail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Dragon did
Fair.
this one here, and the Yeti claws were already there.
Did
Oh,
you say a fucking
is it still?
dragon?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
White
Is
one.
the scar still glowing or like there?
Do you move his shirt aside to reveal it?
I don't know. I ask if it's still there.
I will move the shirt so they can look.
Okay, you
Why
definitely
wouldn't it be?
still have the glowing scar of the mark of
Oh,
the
it's
white
still
dragon.
glow.
Still glowing?
It's kind of like an ever so faint glow. You have to kind of know it's glowing to know it's glowing, kind of thing. Like the ever
Right.
so softest faint blue.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's clear for
What?
me who has seen visible.
Do I notice that it's glowing? Like, did they mention glow?
I
You
would.
At least,
I did ask. If it
Yeah,
was
at least
still
did say if he still had his
Why the
glowing scar.
fuck? Oh god, Otley. Why is your scar glowing? That's not what scars are meant to do.
there. You see, there was this big dragon man thing.
Big dragon.
Yeah.
Ancient white one. You know the rumor, the one living up on the mountain?
Vaguely.
It's true. There's a huge ass fucking white dragon. We met it.
And
It caught us, and then it was like, haha. Instead, I'll make you my play. Well, I think if I remember right, you
They
like struck a
basically
deal with
mocked
it,
us.
right?
It was some bullshit like that.
Yeah. Apparently, they have to like get
So-
something from it for it.
so you told me about Alavor's plans, but you failed to mention the pact
Oh, no.
with a white dragon.
Look, I thought it was not my story to tell. I try and slowly back away from Walker.
Welcome's gonna go find a place to buy more alcohol.
wait! I go and run and catch up.
Well, you do see the local inn, actually, as you guys are passing by, called the Winter Crest Inn.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna head in and just be like, "Can I get enough alcohol to last a week?"
Please, no, don't give him alcohol.
So you burst into it there, where you see a normal human-like innkeeper wearing a red hat, kind of the things, flex. Oh, yeah, you're looking for alcohol, are you, friend? A dwarf, are you? Ah, that's only good to have. Yeah. Let's see here, with a week's worth of alcohol?
Indeed, I plan on traveling soon, most likely.
There you go. Well, I can get you that for you. Definitely can get you alcohol here. I got a keg in the back here. It'll cost you a bit, though.
How much are you asking?
For a week's worth, how much you planning to be drinking for a week?
Well, let's say I have 2 glasses a day. Or 2 mugs, I guess.
2 mugs a day. 2 days. 14 days. That cost you 8 silver.
Silver. Alright.
Or gold
Well,
if
aren't
you
you
want.
gonna share?
Double it and I'll just give you a gold.
What?
You want
What?
2 weeks
That's
worth.
that's not double. What?
Consider it a tip.
Oh, okay. It brings you the small keg of alcohol.
Small enough to carry with ease.
Oh yeah. It's only like a couple
Yeah.
pounds.
Alright, yep. I appreciate this. Pleasure doing business.
Yeah, always a pleasure. You guys exit the inn, I dig it. Nope.
Meanwhile, Archon's outside, just kind of saying, "If it ain't cold inside, it's bullshit."
Can I hear that?
Is
Probably.
it cold?
I just call back out. Most people don't like the cold.
Well,
People
I'm a
want
dr-
a warm hearth and a cold drink.
Why are you guys yelling? I keep petting my owl. Let's walk out.
You guys walk back out into the main streets.
Are you gonna fight drunk Welcrum?
If I have to.
Why?
I'm not going to plan on it. But if a fight comes for us and I'm drunk, then I will fight drunk.
Okay.
Archon is actually going to buy a set of rations, let's say about 20, for himself.
That'll cost you 10 gold.
10 gold?
Yeah, it's 5
Can you
silvers a
please-
day for each day's worth of ration, I believe.
5 I thought it was 2 silver. Can you
Is
check?
it 2 silver? Maybe I got mixed up. It's been a while since I've
Yeah.
That's 5.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have it pulled up because I needed the weightable.
So 10 gold. 20? No, 10.
That's
Okay.
5 silver per ration. Yeah, so it'd be, so it's
Jeez.
1 gold for 2 rations. I mean, that's supposed to be a day's worth of food that doesn't go bad, hence why it's expensive, right? It's not like a meal, it's like a full day's worth of food.
True, I suppose.
And it's travel packed food, so it's food that's been stored, treated, and expensively treated so it doesn't go rotten. Like
I
other
suppose that makes sense.
Yeah. Kind
You're
of like why
just-
beef jerky's so fucking expensive.
Well, good beef jerky.
Yeah, good beef jerky.
Beef jerky ain't even that nice, to BH.
Did you guys talk about stuff while you guys were out there?
Yeah, why?
I was just curious.
Told you I wasn't going to try and fight him.
Well, I don't know if you changed your mind.
Well, he definitely makes it hard not to want to, but I didn't fight him.
Okay.
Let's go get these spell components of yours.
Cool.
So you guys head to the next shop where you see this proper magic shop for once in this place. And
You know, Welcrum, you should be proud that I managed to cast this spell anyway with not the proper ones.
I'm gonna hit you on the head lightly.
Ow.
yeah, this you open up the place and you see this kind of older kind of wizard, bent back kind of character, long beard. Oh, customers, is it? What can I do
Yeah,
for
hello.
you?
Is it very obvious that it's a magic shop?
Yeah, you see like potions and and scrolls and various other sorts of arcane items.
Okay. Can I please just have enough stuff for a find familiar spell? As in, like, kind of peek over the counter. Cause
Oh, fellow practitioner of the arts.
yeah.
Oh, how much gold are you wishing to spend on this?
10 gold pieces, please.
Okay, comes back, pulls out a sack full of the herbs and spices and all the herbs and coal and everything you need, and puts it on the incense. He's like, "There you go.
Thank you. I
You're
give him 10
welcome."
gold pieces. Is there much magic in like use around here in Port Frost, mister?
Pardon?
Is there like a bunch of like how common is it to see magic people around here?
It's pretty rare. Most major cities have things to sell like this. This isn't like high magic shop. It's not like there's magical items. It's more like magical
Yeah.
supplies for very low level casting such. Yeah, not many of the arcane arts in the area, but the Lord tends to come by and wants his supplies.
I see.
Always
What-
a good idea to
what do you
keep
know?
Lord Silverscale prepped and beer. And as soon as he says that, you kind of hear like a fanfare come behind you.
Oh no. No.
So did you guys go alone? Question mark.
I'll see
we-
you guys.
It depends if you decide to go with us. Like, we're not trying to go alone.
We did say that we were gonna go shopping.
Yeah, I kind of
For-
figured you guys split. At least some of you split up, because I'm imagining when they went to this, the other people are going to the masonry shop.
Archon really wouldn't be interested, so I guess he wouldn't be there. I don't know about the rest of them, but
Talitha's definitely there.
Talitha was at the magic shop.
Peeking
That would
around.
be. Okay, so as you guys look
Peeking
in there,
around.
as a like fanfare, you see like 4 like very heavily armored guards walk in, and out through the thing you see this well-dressed halfling enter the store. A black beard with kind of like a grayish silver skin. Basically looking like this, but a little more finely dressed and doesn't have the lightning bolts.
I move aside, obviously.
Alivor, are you there? Because if everybody else is there, Archon's just gonna come with.
I'm at the mason shop.
So no, he's not there.
Yeah, he's not he's a different
Really?
store.
Nobody else. So I'm just gonna go with him. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. So as Lord Silverscale enters the magic shop. He goes,
Well, Krim will just, like, try to keep angled away from the Lord.
yeah, he goes,
Ditto.
I see you have my new latest supplies of alchemical and mystical arcanums in my good storekeep. Ah, yes, of course, my lord. I just ran away. I was just taking care of some business here. Just one moment, please. And kind of wanders off into the back. And as he does, you see the lord kind of looking around the store and notices the 3 people in it, being the only 3 people there.
I think my
I'm gonna be there too, probably outside. Probably.
Make up your mind!
I
They
said
are
I
right.
was.
he's in 2 places at once.
I said I was.
Being an edge lord.
Okay.
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 As the Lord looks around and notices, oh, well, it would appear fellow halfling here is an arcanum master himself, it would seem.
Oh, I'm hardly a master. I kind of dismissively wave my hand in front of me.
As he walks up towards you, seeing the little sack you just bought in your hand. I say, very interesting. Always good to meet another halfling in this area. Not many of us around up north.
So do you shop here often?
Well, happens to be the only place I can buy my necessary components for my spells and such, so yes, I do come here on a fairly regular basis.
Oh, cool. Do I see a spell book on him?
You do not.
Okay. How are the gods looking like? Are the gods in the shop or are they outside?
2 outside, 2 inside. Basically, they're doing the normal standing guard for a lord.
Okay.
You gather by his presence and demeanor, though, the guards are more for show for this person.
Right.
As he
Okay.
looks the pair of you up and down, is like, oh, and a dwarf as well. I haven't seen one of your kind in a bit either in this area. You're usually not the magical sort.
Welcome kind of like grimaces a bit before turning around to face him. Yeah, I'm not. I'm just here with the halfling.
Oh, a bodyguard of sorts. You must be someone of high esteem then, my friend.
You know it. Just try and like also spin away.
Oh, you must
Welcome
be...
just looks down at you, just slowly like, why did you say that?
Oh, and what's this? As he looks over.
It
As he looks over to see Talitha. My, a half-elf.
She's just kind of like rocking a little on her feet while she's looking at the shelves.
Is this one with you as well, my friend?
Is he addressing Otlius?
He's addressing Odlius.
Yeah, quite recently we just kind of like met, found common interest in these wares, I suppose.
Oh, indeed. He looks her up and down. I suppose one such as yourself. Excuse... Oh, pardon my rudeness, my fellow friend. What was your name?
Was that to me?
Yes, that was
Okay.
to you, Odlius.
Oh no. It's Layman. Layman Stonehollow.
Layman Stone.
Yeah, with a Y.
Roll me a deception check.
I get a 15, so 18.
I will roll his insight.
Please fail. Fuck's sake.
He looks you up and
I
down.
don't.
Well.
I don't think you know of us, but that's okay.
Well, what did you say your first name was, or your name was? It was
Layman.
Layman.
Like layman's terms.
Yeah, I know. I got Layman.
Oh
What
my
though?
god.
Stonehollow. So I use the proper surname,
Stone.
just not the
I'm
first
just
name.
gonna put it in chat so I don't forget.
Oh,
Well,
God.
Mr. Stonehollow, it is a pleasure to meet you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well, Mr. It was Silverscale, right? He knows.
Yo, Lord Silverscale.
Right.
I have to admit, it's been a while since I've met one such as you. Tell me, one such as you having such a god, and I am assuming, and he looks Talitha up again, an escort of a sort?
I don't know what that means. I'm just gonna.
Welcome looks. He has like a slight look of. It's like a mix of uncomfortable and annoyed.
Just a humble mercantile kind of family. We just kind of passing through Port Frost and found this little shop to restock. I then gesture to Welcome, and then I gesture to his guards that are obviously more decorated, and go, clearly nothing compared to yourself, my lord.
Well, I would nevertheless appreciate such a... I mean, one such practitioners of magic are always worth speaking to. Perhaps you would like to visit me up at the palace sometime to discuss the finer arts.
It would be an honor, but I think we're going to leave soon, unfortunately.
Oh, where are you off to in such a hurry? And for that matter, what brings you to my fine city?
We did trade with your, well, I don't know if I can say it out loud as I kind of look at Talitha. Sure. I'm digging a bigger hole for myself. Holy shit.
She's just pretending that she is not hearing any of this bullshit right now.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So you brought your
Welcome's like
for and you are leaving because
We finished our transaction. That's all.
what? I am sorry. I may have been off. What was your transaction here again?
We transport people.
Oh,
That sounds very ominous.
you're
No,
a
we
slaver.
like escort. Our slave was illegal here.
Slavery is very legal in the Empire, man. That's literally part of
Yes.
it.
Cool. Yeah, but I don't know. It just seems like it doesn't have a good ring
Looks
to it,
over
don't
at
you think?
Talitha and goes, "Was she one of your recent purchases?"
You could say that.
I suppose that explains why you need such a bodyguard and all that. Always good to have help with you, I suppose.
Because
I don't
half-elves are being
suppose,
looked
he
down.
looks
It's fine.
Talitha up and down. I don't suppose you'd be interested in selling.
No, I don't let go of my investments quite so soon, Mr. Silverscale.
Oh, indeed. I would very much, though, like for you to visit me. You must indeed. I do take no for an answer. I would very much like to discuss this future with you. I mean, I'm always looking for new servants. And dealing with a halfling
Well,
in the trade is so rare.
if we're ever around town again, then and we have ample time, then I will go and visit
Pish
you
posh. When are you leaving then?
on the morrow, I presume. But we have to make our preparations. So, busy, busy, busy.
I won't hear that. You know the ships will be locked down for a few days, nevertheless.
I think to my head, let me fucking go! I kind of look at the shopkeeper's taking an extremely long time.
The shopkeeper's got a big shopping list, and you have a feeling he's not interrupting this conversation. As he looks at you oddly, as he goes, "Well, I would very much like to discuss these matters with you. Where are you staying this evening, then?"
Oh, at the docks?
You're
Our ship.
staying at the docks?
Yeah, it's a homely atmosphere, our ship.
Oh, your ship. What was the name of your ship again?
Fuck!
At this point, Welcome has lost all restraint and he's rubbing his temple. He's just given up.
He keeps digging deeper and deeper holes.
I'm sorry, sir, if I may speak.
Oh, of course. I'm sorry, Sir Dwarf. I did not catch your name.
You may refer to me as Aiden. I am I guess for a lack of better term, a mercenary.
Aiden. Very well, Aiden.
He doesn't know when to not fib. We are traders, but we do not own a ship as per se. We are looking to hire one.
Oh, I see.
He-
I see.
Especially in the presence of one such as yourself, he likes to appear grander than he truly is. I
Oh,
apologize if
Aiden.
this offends.
It doesn't
I just
offend.
take a big exhale.
He looks you up and down. Well, not offended by this. Aiden, was it?
Aiden, if you please.
My mistake. I do apologize. Well, nevertheless, you say you're looking to acquire a boat then? For
We
charter?
do. We wish to hire a ship.
Yeah.
Well, why didn't you say so? I am the lord of the city. The ships do have to go past me for inspection, so if you'd still like to discuss the matters.
Oh, surely I wouldn't trouble you with such a thing.
Oh, pish posh. I have been so bored around here. As I said, so rare to find another arcane master.
We would be happy to discuss such matters with you. However, we must stand firm on not being able to sell our new wares just yet.
Very well, I understand. One must get the pricing and shop around and such, but I do wish, though, for future business. As I said, I do enjoy the trade, and I do occasionally need more servants. They wear out sometimes.
Has he
ever
caught
return,
on?
If we ever return, we will be sure to seek you out.
Of course, and I expect to get good deals and trades. Perhaps I could even get you a deal on the boat if we make an amendable future trading in the future.
We would be happy to discuss it. But I apologize for now. We must attend to other business. And I'll turn to tell Elf, we must go. And I'll kind of turn away from the Lord and just give her like an apologetic look.
I also give her an apologetic look as I turn.
Talitha kind of perks up. Oh, okay.
As I walk out the door, I give a well-practiced bow.
Hope to see you again, friend.
Yes, you too. Good luck with your arcane endeavors.
Oh, you as
When
well.
we next return, and I'll give him a curt nod.
Ah, thank you, my friend. And he gives you a head nod. Oh, pleasure to see you soon.
I summon as we leave and we're not in line of sight anymore. I summon Lou and I ask him to keep an eye out for the Lord as we walk around town, so we avoid him.
Oh,
Alright.
God.
I will
I'm
say
so
that
sorry, Talitha. Welcome.
So
God, kid, you
we're
really
fully out of
fuck up.
earshot. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys
Yes,
left.
yes.
Okay.
I will say that Archon is probably outside, staying out of the way of the guards, but he does have a rock in his hand that he's trying to crush. So, like a fist-sized rock that he's just trying to crush and club. But, yeah, as you guys come out, he kind of walks over and gives you guys kind of a quizzical look.
I give you like I
My
look at
face
you,
is so
like-
red.
As you do that, Welcome gives you this look of oh fuck, what's the word? Yeah, fuck, it slipped. Basically, he gives you a look that's like, we need to go.
He nods. Yeah, pretty much.
He's just happy with his mason's tools. What happened?
Did you guys meet
Holy
back up at
shit.
the area at the end of the docks?
Hotliest.
I feel sorry. I didn't mean to. I was scared. I was nervous.
Next time,
Kid.
keep your mouth shut.
Time to get on your knees and beg, kid.
What?
Beg. Forgiveness. It's a thing. Do it.
Mm,
Do it
You
now.
don't need to get on your knees,
No,
but
he doesn't need to do that.
kid, next time, don't tell someone that I'm your bodyguard. And definitely do not call anybody else your product.
You fucking what?
It's a long story.
Nothing.
Didn't you hear though?
She kind of stomps off. She's gonna go find a general store, but she's
It's-
pissed.
It's yes and Welcome. It's yes and.
I will just hit you with the back of my hand over the back of your head, and I'll just tell Arkon, keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't talk to anyone, and I'll
No.
follow Talitha.
Where the hell you? Oh.
Sorry,
Archon's been set to babysitter.
Arkon's the only good babysitter, because between the two of them, nobody's gonna talk to Otlius.
Archon just looks down at Atlius and goes, I'm not sure I want to kill more, him or you.
I kind of want to die right now.
Well, perfect.
Wish granted.
That was so embarrassing.
So you met the Lord.
He was talking to me. What was I gonna do? Ignore him? What if he doesn't like that?
So let me get this right. You pose the dwarf as your bodyguard, her as a slave.
Slave? I'm also not sure what I just said. I just kind of yes everything to what he was saying.
He just kind of like gets this blank look on his face. He's kind of like he isn't even thinking about it. He's just like, what did you do? He just kind of like shakes his head. Okay, fair
However,
enough.
should have
Jesus.
been there. He's better at this than me.
Yeah, sure.
He seems to have believed it, for what it's worth.
So he ain't smart either.
Welcome
I
along.
point up to this guy and just make sure Archon also knows that my owl's flying.
Oh. Not
Keep
a bad
him
idea.
Yeah.
Alright, we're done talking. We're waiting for the dwarf.
Okay.
Welcome will catch up to Tao and just be like, oh, I'm sorry about the lad. I'm sure you're aware he's not good with words.
He's frustrating, is what he is.
Oh, fuck, you could say that again. He didn't mean anything by it.
I know.
But
Makes it worse.
yeah, unfortunately, if we ever run into him again, we're going to have to play by what he said.
I know.
It's my best if you just avoid walking around with him.
That I can do.
But, I hate to say this. You might not want to be alone at any given time. Not that I think you can't handle yourself. I just worry what a god might
I
do
know.
if... Yeah. Would you mind if I accompany you now?
I don't mind.
Yeah, so I'll just follow her around, accompany her.
Telada's gonna be looking for like a general store.
Okay, so you can easily find a simple general store. Anything you're looking for in particular?
I'm looking for dye.
No hair dye?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find the same kind of hair dye that. In this place, you can actually find proper hair dyes. Like you find a salon, more or less,
Hey.
or a beauty shop. It goes, you see this like rather flamboyant-looking young man walk up to you. He goes, oh, hello. How can I assist you, my madame?
I am looking to get some hair dye.
Oh, of course. And what color hair dye are you looking for?
Like a medium blue.
Oh, that will match your be so beautiful on you, of course. One moment, please. And he goes into the back and brings out a pot. Like, this is the hair dye. It is a bit expensive, but hair dye is. But you cannot put a price on beauty, yes?
Good.
Heath, can I request that be the voice for your character in Storm's Camp?
It's a very French.
Hon, baguette croissant.
I did an orc baker actually with a French accent called Dory Baguette.
Oh my god.
He had an Alexidon daughter named Effie.
Fucking.
Yes.
Uninstall Roll20 right now.
just uninstall it. Hey man, my party it's with Nikki's game. That group loved Dory Baguette. They kept going there to get his croissants and his baguettes and everything else.
Yes.
But in any case, so it'll the hair dye, and this will give you like 3 months worth of hair dye. Will cost you 3 gold. So it's like a gold a month worth of hair dye.
Okay. I definitely give him the amount of gold.
Okay, so you're. Thank you, my beautiful ones. This is amazing, and I hope that you visit me on. If you ever need this styling, please come. I would love to work on such hair.
Thank you.
Oh, there's no issue. Please, anytime. And he kind of gives you that bow and almost kind of kisses your hand.
She gives him a little smile.
Careful, you'll inflate her ego.
She deserves it after the slave thing, okay?
Really?
By the way, just so you know, this was the daughter.
Aww.
But, and I love that picture. I want to make a character out of it. Like, just as a playable character, the battle cook.
Yes, absolute yes.
But in any,
chef.
in any case, you have the, so you have your hair dye. Anybody else had any other errands they wanted to run?
I am looking for the rest of the party who dispersed.
So is the party, I say you guys probably were smart enough to realize you would meet after your shopping at, like, just at the edge of the shopping district.
Oh, then I've probably been waiting there for hours.
Hours, but you've been waiting there for a while. As you guys approach to see Avalor just sitting with his arms crossed, tapping his foot, waiting for you guys to get your shit together.
I'm still like hands on my face as I'm walking.
Alabor will look over. Otley, does she look worse than you did at the manor?
We met the Lord.
Did you now?
Yeah.
Did it very well.
Let's talk
Oh,
about
we're all
it
back together
later.
now, right? Yeah, I agree.
Preferably without me. Just kind of gives a slight glare to Ollie.
Oh, by the gods, kid. You're gonna have to work on your talking.
Please don't give him more ammo.
God. Atlius has been causing all the shit in this game.
You told me that.
One of these days, we're just gonna dump him.
It was Oliver's
As it
fault.
turns out, Keith doesn't even need plot devices because we have Dan.
Let's rename the campaign to Atlius's Folly.
Right?
Oh,
It's true, we
Seriously,
have
one of these-
escaped Dralick Mountain now.
One of these days, we're just gonna dump him by the side of the road like fucking Scrappy Doo.
no. But Scrappy Doo becomes a villain.
That's the point.
I need to grab my drawing tablet.
No, fair enough.
Oh my god!
Oh no!
What have I done?
So as you guys, anyways, you guys finish up at your shopping, and you guys get together to head towards the docks.
Yes.
Yeah, guess so.
So as you guys make your way towards the docks, what are you guys looking for when you get there?
Well,
Okay.
we'll have a look around for like some captains that seem like they're willing to do some trade, willing to do business.
Okay, so you can approach the docks looking for general captains. Someone can roll me an investigation check, please.
This is it. Redeem. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Atlius, totally. You know what? This is too good. Atlius, you're looking around for a captain to do
No,
business,
you
and you wander
fucking-
into a
Oh, no.
captain's shop, and you find this captain to talk to a boat. And he looks you up and down and goes, "Oh, hello, sir. You here for business?"
Yeah.
Please tell me we've noticed him wander up to some stranger and start talking.
Yes. I would tell you guys that I'm also gonna look, you know.
I mean, he's found a legit captain. Like it's a legit captain and a legit. It actually looks like a fairly nice business, in fact.
I turned to Alawa and I'm like, I think you should do the talking.
I found someone, guys.
Very
Oh,
well.
as you are all in a party together, I'm assuming. May I help all of you?
Yes, of course, friend. I was curious.
Of course.
We're looking to perhaps give a hand on a ship, or perhaps just purchase our way passage to a different country.
Interesting. But I could
You see, my friend here, and he kind of puts his hand on Atlius. He's got a bit of wanderlust about him, and kind of wants to go see the world. And well, he did good in school this year, so he went ahead and told him, "Yeah, we'll take you to a exotic land and look around for a little bit, a little safari."
My eyes
Interesting.
twinkle.
He looks you up and down, Atlius, and goes, "Very well. We do have a boat leaving for other lands here, probably within the week or so. Obviously, not many ships go leading to other lands often, but
Right, of course.
Passage
Where's
could
it headed to, friend?
This would be the run towards. Well, let's see here. The nearest trade route would be towards the. Well, we have one boat heading to the country of Zulandis, but trading with some of those less than savory beastmen. But they do have some interesting gear occasionally to trade, and we have another one heading towards the Draconius Empire.
I'll look down on Atlius. Well, kid, where'd you want to go?
Mm. The Draconius place is where the dragons are, right?
Well, yeah.
But
that's
isn't
where
that
the
like a
Dragonborn are.
scary place? Should we go in the other one? I'll look up Al.
Well, I don't think it's particularly scary. How about we
Okay,
go
like,
there? should be fine.
Okay.
So you used to book passage on our trade ship to Draconlius, is it?
Yes.
Very good. How many passengers?
He does a quick head. 6, I believe, because
Yep.
the kobold is missing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Throwing me off. Yes, well, we'll need passage for 6 heads.
Yes. And the names of the passengers?
Right. Oh, this here is Phineas. He pats Atlius on the. My
One
name is
halfling,
Gerald.
He looks you out. Gerald, a half-elf. Black hair. You notice him writing the names in the description of each person.
Okay.
My friend here, his name is, he points over towards Archon. He's Draco.
Draco! From Draco. Oh, a Dragonborn. No, that explains your interest in Draconly, as you should have said. That makes sense. Are you a guide they
switches.
hired?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's very clever of you. Always good to have a local with you in that place.
The fair one here, her name is Lilith.
Lilith, half-elf, long hair. Writes the description down. Okay.
And my dwarven friend here, well, he just goes by Thunderbrew.
Thunderbrew.
Yes.
Iden Thunderbrew at your service.
It's a very stereotypical dwarven name.
I appreciate you saying so.
Look, next time when we return, we'll have him give you one of his brews. You'll understand why it's called Thunderbrew. It knocks you right on your ass.
Perhaps some trading, that would be nice. I'm surprised you didn't want to go towards the lands of Zulandis. I mean, after all, it does border one of the Dwarven Empire, but I suppose that is your call. And what we have is... And the 6th person? I see there's someone missing, but I will need a name and description.
Ah, yes. It's a little scamp of a kobold named Cole.
Kobold, Cole, any markings? We do need this obviously for the sake that we have the right people entering the ship when you're boarding.
Of course. And I give them the general description of
Okay,
the
he
kobold.
writes it down, yep. Okay, so 6 tickets for the long journey. What sort of economy class are you looking for?
Well, what's the pricing like? I kind of got a gauge off of that.
Oh, of course. Well, if you're looking for the high-end lordship classing, where you would be given the best treatments, food, wine, basically pleasure cruise style, would cost you roughly 100 gold a person.
Alright, well, he didn't do that good in school, so continue.
If you're only looking for the more economy
I am
class, this is
sad.
for the average person, those who wish to look and see, you'd be looking about 40 gold a person.
Go ahead, keep going.
Looks you back, it's like, rather poor
Gotta have all my
educations,
options.
were you? Okay, well, if you're looking for the more low class, this would be where the low end, where you'd be sharing rooms in the common house underneath the gallow area, shared company, more poor person area. You'd be looking at close to 15 gold a person.
Right, gotcha. Well, we'll start with that one, friend, and we'll take a number of how much coin we have. Maybe we'll upgrade, but for now,
So
we'll just go with the low end.
It'll be like an adventure.
So,
Through and
well,
through, Phineas.
He looks it up. Very well. Would you like to pay now or upon the leaving of the ship?
I'll put a down payment for myself for now.
Very good. That would be 15 gold then.
I'll hand him 10 gold and 50 silver.
Ah, very good. As he looks at you. Well, I'm glad that you've all joined up, and you are very welcome to join the Silver Scale scouting expedition.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, this is the Lord Silver Scale's private fleet.
Is he gonna be taking patronage on this ship?
Oh, no, Lord Silverscale doesn't leave Port Frost on very often, and only usually never to leave the country.
Oh, I see. Gotcha. Well, do give him my regards for the, I'm sure, luxurious ship that we're going to embark on, even on the low end there.
That's pretty cool. We're on Lord Silverscale ships.
Sorry, man. When you rolled an 8, I'm like, nope, that's it. That's what you're doing.
I know.
Did you appreciate me 100% seeing this coming and using the name I had already?
Like this fuck shit up. I love it.
Look at how angry this boy is. Best Archon cosplay.
How much anxiety can we give Telitha in one night?
Well, the boat will be leaving in 6 days, so we will have your accommodations ready by then. Of course, if you wish to upgrade before then, please tell us at least 24 hours in advance so we can have the said rooms prepared.
Wonderful.
We appreciate the business.
Oh, but of course. And you did say this was supposed to be a pleasure journey, correct? A reward for studies and such.
Of course, he got a B- in geometry.
Oh,
Yeah.
very good. I suppose that
Thank
does.
you. I tried.
Enjoy your stay in the foreign lands. Do welcome back and appreciate everything.
Many thanks, friend.
Of course.
Fucking geometry.
So you guys leave the docks after getting passage upon a silver scale
I learned-
ship.
I learned something today on how to talk to people. For better or for worse.
As you guys plan for your how to spend your next coming 6 days.
6 days, that's...
6 days of avoiding that lord.
Do we even have enough coin to pay for everyone?
I don't have enough for me.
Well, that's the thing. We don't
Are you-
really need it because we're not going on that expedition, right? You're gonna get your coin back. We're gonna say we just canceled because we had the wrong idea. Then we're gonna go find an actual ship.
Well, we can ask around and see if anybody else is going out of the country. But from what I know of this place, they mostly do trade within other port cities of this empire.
Unfortunately, it might be our best bet. Something tells me that the powers that be have this planned.
Guys, that bee can go fuck themselves. He looks down at Alias.
The powers that be, when you guys roll an 8 in investigation, has determined that this is your boat.
I'd like to incite the gods. As the cleric
Paladin's just like, faith is overrated! This is bullshit!
Just for poops and smiles, because I was about to... At least it's better.
Oh.
I should have just used my 7 portent. Fuck.
You look for another ship. You do find only one other ship that will be leaving the country. With this, but it's going to take 4 weeks before this one sets off in an expedition, and it's going to Altaris, the land of the sea folk.
As much as I wouldn't mind going there either, I don't particularly want to stay here another month.
I think we should, make an effort to get Talitha something to look different.
I said that we were leaving on the morrow. Oh god, I'm just gonna hide in my room for 6 days.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. You what?
Listen, we'll go back to Eleanor's place and discuss it.
Yeah. So I continue to bury my face in my hands.
First, let me ask, who here at least has 15 gold?
I do.
Yeah.
Does
I
it
got it.
count if I don't have any more. Never mind. I am poor. I'm
Who-
sorry.
Doesn't have 15 gold.
I put my hand up.
And how much do you have?
I have clink 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 4 gold and 8 silver.
Well, friend, it's been nice knowing you. I guess you're staying here. Just kidding.
Oh.
Just so you guys know,
Give me
Locke has
warms
22.
up.
What's that?
Locke's got
Luck
22
is
gold.
22.
22. Yeah, even with locks, I'm out.
A big city like this, I'm sure we can some short-term work.
I'm sorry. It just, again, you don't want to be seen by the Lord.
I
No,
should just
we
maybe
need
be
Otlius
fun.
and Talitha to not be seen by the Lord.
Talk about it at the manor.
Let's head back.
Elevor, I'm gonna fucking kill you one of these days.
You know what, Archon? Let me see you do better then.
I really fucking would.
By all means, if you find a better
Alright,
ship,
lads.
we'll go on it.
No need to fucking fight each other right now. Save that for when we're out of this country. Let's head back to
Surely
Eleanor's place.
Surely there's like a fighting pit in like
Otlius.
Dracolinus. Okay, I'm going.
No talking on the way back.
I'm grounded and I don't talk.
Grounded from talking.
So you guys head back to Eleanor's home.
Do we get weird looks when we're walking through like the rich part of town?
Most of you do, though, again, oddly enough, Otlius seems to be the only thing that's keeping you guys from being more suspicious. You gather from the thing that most people assume Otlius is either hired or own most of you.
See, this plan is working.
Because, again, half-elves, not well-respected. Dragonborns, not generally considered rich. Well, dwarves and Dragonborn are more commonly citizens in some ways. They are usually hired as mercenaries and other
Especially
things.
ones that are armed to the teeth.
The teeth, yeah. And then you look over at Talitha and Alivor, who would also be considered probably hired bodyguards or slaves of the sort. Because, again, Otlius is the only person in the party right now who is a full, normal, like, oh yeah, he would definitely be a rich citizen because he's a halfling. Everybody else it'd be very weird to see
Wow.
rich half-elf because they have a lot of social stigma. And Welcrum could get away with it if he was dressed better, but since he's dressed like a brutal fighter, he doesn't look like a noble. Otlius is a wizard, he's dressed more or less like how closer to a noble would dress.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, I can really flex on my halfling privilege.
yeah, Otlius has halfling privilege.
Do you want to try that?
No, I tried doing that already and it got me in trouble.
I'm just gonna keep like an eye around. Just make sure no one's looking at us real dodgy. Like I'm expecting weird looks, but I'm looking out for like dodgy looks.
Okay, roll me a
By
perception.
now,
I'll do the
by
same.
now, also Talitha would have her hood up.
Okay. Okay.
Perception is up here.
Okay, so you guys look around with your perceptions. You do notice you get a lot of odd looks. Nobody specifically you figure is looking at you strangely, but I will say you catch a glimpse of a hooded figure watching you and then disappearing into the shadows.
I want to go after him. I want to go after him. I'm
Oddly,
gonna go after
no.
him.
Arakon's like a rabid dog.
Ugliest is loose still in the air.
Yeah?
Can you try and keep an eye on that hooded figure?
Sure. I will grab. Like,
Grab me.
I will, link arms with Welcome so I don't fucking die.
Okay.
As I
We're
keep
probably
on
used to
looking
it.
out
We've
through-
probably done it quite a
Yeah.
few times. And
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna punish you guys for it. I mean, you'll look like you're leading a blind person, but at this point, Yori's guys are getting plenty of looks regardless, so it's not gonna probably get any more strange looks from you. I mean, I suppose if you really want to do it, you could get him. You could carry him like canvas slave style, and like have someone fanning him with a fan.
Nah, at most, I would either like, if linking arms it kind of stops working, I would probably put my arm around his shoulder and like guide him that way.
Yeah. I mean, again, like I say, it's going to look funny no matter what you do because you are still leading
Yeah.
a blind person. So,
Yes. Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so as you
Luke
look,
can see, right?
yeah, you go up with Lou and you go put Lou up into the air to find the shadowy figure. All right, 1 second, I have to do a roll here.
That's just what I do the whole time.
Good. Let me know if it keeps circling around.
You do notice him kind of dash what looks to be in a building about 100 yards away.
They kind of dash into a building. Also, if you're talking to me, I can't hear you. I thought I should just remind people that for some reason.
Why can't he hear?
I give you a tap on the shoulder in acknowledgement. He's channeling his senses through Lou, so right now he's essentially blind and deaf.
Oh, is that how it works? Okay.
Alright, so he ducked into a building. We'll just keep going. Just keep going until we get back to Eleanor's.
Hey, so as you guys approach Eleanor, the man doesn't seem to. You don't see that figure again. And as you walk into, you come approaching Eleanor's home again.
Yeah. I told them that I don't see them again. Like they just.
I'll knock
Yeah.
on the door, but then let ourselves in, or let myself in before anyone shows up.
Okay, so you open the door and let yourself in when Jenkins is rushing to the door after you knock. Oh, so welcome. You've returned. Is the rest
Yeah,
of the party with you?
Most
Hello.
of us are here. Apologies for just letting ourselves in, but I think we might have been followed to an extent.
Followed? I suppose it's possible. I suppose you gathered some odd looks. Hopefully it's nothing serious, but possibly just a local pickpocket.
Let's hope so. How is the family doing?
Rather as well as they could be expected after the son, I suppose. We will need to perform the funeral rites and have a cleric perform it.
Very well. We don't wish to intrude.
Well, I believe Miss Eleanor, in fact, wanted to speak with Miss Talitha if she's available.
Of course.
Oh, please. Oh, hello, Miss Talitha. Please follow me, and he will lead you inside the building.
She's gonna follow him.
And he takes you to what looks to be a sitting room where the family is sitting with Eleanor. Oh. Oh. And as you walk in, oh, Talitha, you've come. Thank you.
You wish to speak with me?
yes, I did want to speak with you. She gets up from the couch and walks over to you. I know that, you are a cleric, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, considering how things have been going, and I honestly don't believe anybody else should, but would you be willing to perform the final rites for my brother?
Of course.
Gets this very relieved smile. Thank you so much. I really want to trust you for this, and honestly, I don't believe any of the priests here would truly understand like you do. It does mean a lot. Sorry, what am I meant? Your friends, are they still waiting outside with you as well?
They're right outside this room, I believe.
Oh, of course. Mother, I wish to speak with them. They give Eleanor a nod. Please tell her. As she exits the room to meet the rest of you.
Talitha gives Eleanor's parents a nod before departing.
They give you a nod back, but hey guys, watch as Eleanor exits the room. Goes, hello, all of you. I'm glad to see you all here. Godliest fleas.
Right to the corner.
Yeah. I very much want to thank you once again for bringing me back home. Despite all that happened, regardless of the situation, I don't think I would have even made it as far as I had without all of you. I don't think I even would have been alive long enough to return to my brother's side. So for that I am grateful. I don't know much I can offer at the moment, but I don't know if you wish to either stay here, or if you don't, I can supply room and board for you at the local inn if you prefer.
If you don't mind, I think it would be best for us to stay here for now.
Oh, of course, we have plenty of guest rooms, as long as some of you don't mind bunking up, of course.
That won't be an issue. To push your hospitality.
Oh, thank you. Jenkins will be more than happy to show you to your rooms. She gives a soft swallow. I do appreciate everything you have done, and I do hope that if you need anything from me, do ask, and I will see what I can do for you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you.
No, Elberry Otlius.
Thank you.
He's still. He's there.
Yeah. Thank you, Eleanor. I'm sorry.
It's okay, Atlius. I understand. I hope all of you may wish. Of course, none of you have to, but if you wish to attend the funeral, we will be having it in the morrow.
Very well.
Okay.
Thank you. For the time being, I think it's time for me to head to my room and try to sleep. It's been a taxing day. I'm sure Jenkins will show you to your quarters when you are ready. Thank you again, my friends. And I do appreciate all you've done. She kind of slowly wanders back upstairs.
Well, let's take a room and discuss what happened today.
Yes, I'm quite curious to know.
I'm sure you'll get a hoot.
I presume for brevity they explained what happened.
Yes.
We do it with Talitha not in the room.
Yeah,
Poor
while they're
Talitha.
doing that, Talitha is gonna go find a washroom so she can tidy up and do her hair.
Okay, there's plenty. There is a washroom within the house, easy enough for you to find to get yourself done up.
I also feebly try and defend myself, but not really.
I'm sorry, Alias. You told him that you trade in people.
I didn't think that's what it meant. I just said yes to all of his questions, basically. Until I caught on a little bit halfway through, and I kind of have to commit to it now.
I was really hoping he wouldn't keep talking himself into a hole.
I tried.
He
You were
even
there. I tried to get us out of it, but he was like, "Oh, but what about this?"
the kid just doesn't know when to stop. He even made it difficult for me.
I'm sorry.
Don't
It's
tell
almost
people
easier
I'm
serving
their bodyguard.
customers.
It's exactly as
see.
easy as serving customers when they ask for things you do not have. Fuck, shift came through again.
Suppose that explains why you were all so eager to leave tomorrow.
Well, that was because Otlius told him we're leaving tomorrow.
You told
But-
the man who knows, most likely knows, what happens in his docks. you're
He
leaving
definitely
tomorrow.
knows everything that happens in his docks.
So
However-
if he goes and looks and sees a ship not leaving tomorrow,
We do have a bit of an out. I told him that the kid likes to make up stories to seem grander than he is. So we have an excuse.
Yeah, welcome.
However,
Papa
he
to
does
you.
still think he is a slave.
oh jeez. Guess that explains why Talitha was giving you quite the dirty glances.
Yep.
I didn't mean to.
Now, I am concerned about us boarding a ship out of the country with Talitha, given that it's his own ship.
What for? We'll be with her.
Because, kid, it doesn't seem normal for a group to flee with a supposed slave out of the country.
Is it
Well,
not?
Especially with the story that it's a gift trip.
If I'm supposed to be a slaver now, why did they say that?
Well, I'm afraid there's little choice. We either leave on the boat or we leave by land.
The
I'm
next
sure,
port's so
I'm
far
sure
away,
we
but-
can work out something with the boat. We just have to be very careful, and we need to get a story straight between the six of us.
I said I wasn't going to sell Talitha.
You did. But what part of slave owning requires going to the Dragonborn country?
Maybe we want to sell her there.
Yeah.
Surely they don't have elves there, right? Rarity?
To be fair, almost all countries have slavery in this world, so it's viable, actually.
If we get asked, we tell them that we travel back to Draconius. Is that what it's called? Dracolinius.
Dracolinus, yeah.
To train them to listen to orders. Understood?
Mm, okay, wait. To Draco, going there to train them to be obedient is what you're saying.
We have another problem, though.
We have quite a few problems. Which one is on your...
Well, I was unaware of what happened in your meeting because nobody wanted to talk about it. So I gave you all
Yes.
different names.
Maybe we're trying to lay it low.
Well, we can work on them. He only knew names for me and Otlius. He never got Telethers.
I see.
I've fixed mine up. It's just Otlius that we'll have to worry about.
Maybe that was my nickname, Phineas. My actual name's Layman.
Or Layman can be your last name. I can't remember what.
Do people get slaver names like a stage name?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Basically, okay, just so you guys know, basically the way names work, obviously, in the name, because it's different in different cultures, so I'll let you guys get an idea how names work. You do have your first name, you have your last name, and higher-ranking nobles still have middle names. So it is possible some nobles go by their middle names, because they're juniors otherwise.
That would be a pretty big lie to commit to. Otlius, what did you tell the Lord that your name was again? Just Layman?
No, I said that was Layman Stonehollow.
Layman Stonehollow.
Surely he wouldn't look too into it, I think. I don't know.
I don't know. It sounds like he really wants to speak with you.
He's
really
definitely
did.
going to look into it.
He wanted
So,
to like talk
Phineas
to me about
is
magic.
a middle name now.
And if he's as bored as you say he is, well, nothing worse than a
He's going.
bored man with nothing but time.
He's going to find a way. So, if it comes down to it, Alivor, we need to make sure that we accompany him should he get pulled up to that manor.
Well, the one advantage I do see is you didn't tell him where we were staying. But these lords are a wily bunch. They might be able to figure it out. I think it's probably
They definitely
safest.
have eyes on us.
I think it's
I
probably
probably shouldn't
safest
attend the
if,
funeral.
well, maybe not.
It would be wise for most of
I
us
don't
to
think
let
you should leave this manor, honestly.
I was
You're
gonna
probably
hide out
one
for
of
the
the-
6 days.
You would probably be one of the few of us that can relatively freely walk around.
Ironic.
I might be able
Why?
to get away with it.
I'm the one wanted by another lord, yet I'm the one able to freely walk around.
Right.
You are probably the most capable of being inconspicuous at this point.
Well, perhaps Eleanor and her family can help us. One final favor.
I hesitate to ask for more in a time like this, but
Yeah, surely not.
if we gotta do it, then
I think it would be at least wise to bring it up, not during the funeral, but perhaps shortly thereafterward. We don't necessarily have to give them too many reasons why, but then again, we ensured that they only. He kind of looks around a moment as Dowers. This sounds lost one child and not both.
Well, I don't know what y'all did, but perhaps try to say it a bit softer when you speak to them.
I wouldn't put it in that manner, but agreed. I think if they can get us out of the country sooner than later, then it's of no consequence.
Now, one last thing. Who wants to tell Archon that he can't walk around the city?
I'll do it. Or maybe Oliver should do it, because you already you got your thing happening.
My thing.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know how to put it. Like, you guys fight, so it's natural. Play fight. I don't know. I don't know if it's real or not.
It's not quite what I would call that.
Look, we got a long 4 days ahead of us. And we're gonna have to look for some work to make a little bit extra coin, so...
Well, I'll tell you what, I won't be able to chop wood for the next 6 days and make enough gold for all of us.
Listen, there's plenty of rich folk around here. I'm sure they have some stupid squabbles or problems we can get a few gold out of them for.
Perhaps just some menial bodyguard work.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe some pest repellent.
Ah, the classic kill the giant spiders in the basement.
That's what I'm thinking. Regardless, me, you, and Archon can perhaps look for some work. If Archon's walking around looking busy, maybe he won't draw so much attention.
I mean, he'll draw so much attention anyway, because he's really big.
Yes, but if he's drawing attention while doing something, people will just think he's been hired to do something. At least, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay.
Hmm.
Definitely in a bit of a bind.
If it wasn't so much of a problem, I'd say perhaps you could stroke the Lord's ego a bit and grease some wheels that way, but at this point I think we're a little too deep in our web of lies.
That would be a last resort. Although, we should definitely be prepared for him to come knocking on our door, so to say.
Yes, in that manner, Autlius, I think it would be wise for you to spend your time studying up on your magic.
And
What
on
for a
our
potential
story.
demonstration? Oh.
You're
So
going to have to become familiar with a different expertise very quickly.
And I'd say if he bothers you more about buying Talitha, perhaps you should say she's already sold.
Hmm. That might not be the wisest, but if we have no other choice.
Like to a person in Dracolinus.
Yes, I doubt even a lord would want to risk pissing off one of them. After all, they got the best trained military.
Okay, last resort though.
Yes.
Well,
Maybe don't specify that she is sold, but we have a buyer lined up.
Well, I'm worried that he's going to want to know how much and then offer double.
Yeah.
We'll just tell him that he's a good customer, and we're not willing to jeopardize that relationship. He'll understand. He seems like the mercantile type.
Being a slaver is hard.
No, lying about being a slaver is hard.
Oh.
And you know what? Next time, kid, don't say yes to everything.
Oh.
Think before you speak.
Okay.
Ideally, introduce someone else in the party to speak for you.
Okay.
Well,
Got nothing but time to spend now.
Oliver, you still need to tell me about bases.
Welcome will give Alivor a death glare.
you know what? Maybe some other day, kid. I think we've had enough inter-party trouble for one day.
Why? Why would I get in trouble for that?
Not talking about you.
I'm still
Well,
confused at who might that be
I-
referring to, but I just drop it.
I'm not sure what's going on out there, but shall we just pass some time? And I'll pull out a deck of... I think I have a deck of cards on me. Yes, I do. I'll pull out a deck of cards.
You know I always win at these.
I'm not going to be playing with you.
Oh. Oh. I'm so
Ah.
grounded.
More a dragon chess guy myself, but cards will do.
Easier to travel with.
Fair enough.
Okay,
We'll just pass the night playing card games.
Teltha, so you got your stuff done, Archon. Was there anything else you want to do for the night?
Yeah,
Going to the brothel.
I'm gonna ask Jenkins, I can already guess the answer, but you don't have to have a private training grounds, do you?
Not exactly the area where we have for combat training, my friend, but I could set up some sacks of flowers in the back if you prefer.
Where?
No, well, follow me and I'll take you to this back, basically a tool shed.
It's something rather than nothing. Please.
Very well. Gives you a place to set up so you can practice if you so wish.
Could you show me my room, too, so I know where to go?
Oh, yes, of course. Who's bunking with whom, I ask?
We haven't discussed yet.
We have only 2 rooms available at the moment, but I'm assuming the gentlemen will be staying with each other.
I assume so, yeah.
Very well. We'll take you guys to your rooms, which is going to be hilarious because 2 large king-size beds with 4 of you.
Archon just kind of looks at this and just kind of to himself because Jarvis is showing him alone.
Yeah.
I'm
You
good
can
at
share with the kid if you like. He's the smallest one.
I know people don't do that, but I think the shit's gonna have to share the room.
Chi all by myself.
No, you're sharing a fucking bed with Locke. Shut up.
No, I'm not.
Did you want to be
I
with
mean-
Alivore and then?
I kind of meant that though. Like, I can barely get enough space on my own. There's no way in hell I'm doing this.
Wait, who am I with? I was commanding Lee, so I was kind of out of it for a second.
Look,
Well,
I don't care who I have to bunk with.
I'm going back to the shack,
Okay.
and assuming that everything's set up, I assume it's like straw. It's not even straw. It's like sacks of. How's it set up?
So there's like some potato sacks set up on some Jenkins did what he could, basically set up training dummies made up of like potato sacks and such stuffed with straws and other things.
That's some fucking mashed potato right there.
Okay.
Potato sack stuffed with straw, not potato sack stuffed with potatoes.
And they're like on like mainframes or dummies or something like that.
He
or just-
basically had pitchforks
Startup.
and shoved the pitchforks into the ground and then set the dummies up that way.
This is creative. Yeah, Archon is just going to. He's not even going to take out a weapon. His claws are just going to gleam, and he's just gonna lunge right at the dummies and go to work. It's up to you if you want to have that scene.
Yeah, so you go to work ripping up into those
Yep.
sacks up, training yourself up.
Yep.
Alright. At least you can share with the big guy.
Okay, if you
If
think
he doesn't
that's...
like it, he can sleep on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. So as you guys snuggle down for your night, getting yourselves ready for bed, I think that's a good place to call for the night, guys. So we will pick up
Yeah.
next week at the funeral, and I'll get some stuff planned for you.